All right, homie, we're live, dude.
We're live. Fuck it, let's do it live.
We're doing it live. Fuck it, we're doing it live. That's my favorite.
Dude, that was the best shit ever, dude.
I love those bloopers.
Just trying to like be so legitimate and they're like just fucking you up every step of the way. It's just like, fuck it, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
Oh man.
There's like the guy saying the wrong shit, like J-Lo's giving blowjob. He's like,
oh yeah.
I don't know what that was, but I promise it will never happen again. That was like the greatest.
It didn't happen again because they fucking canceled his ass right as soon as that happened.
No, that's not true.
I swear that happened, dude.
That guy still has his job, dude.
I don't know,
The Fox News guy who said something about J-Lo sucking wieners?
I think he said something like that. I'm not 100%.
Maybe there's just another.
Maybe there's
case.
another one that I'm thinking.
Because the one I'm thinking of, the guy, that guy, they like gave him his own show after that. They're like, here you go, dude. We believe in what you're doing here at the company.
we like what you're doing here, dude.
We think this sells.
Ah, yeah, that would be hard, man.
Well, yeah, not to say something stupid.
Well, like, it'd be so easy for someone just to, like, put the wrong word on the prompt and you just... Because that's what they're, like, trying to do. You know what I mean? Like, to fuck with somebody, it'd be so easy, dude. Like, because they're just going to read what you fucking put on that prompt, dude.
You could send someone to fucking hell like that. You just, like, type in some, like, stupid shit and then they read it off and like... Yeah. But you'd be throwing yourself under the bus because they would be. Then they'd be like, you could track it back to you for sure.
Who wrote that script or prompt?
Yeah. And then you have to be. What's up, homie?
Your phone, bro.
What are you getting blown up?
Just making sure.
Not today, dude. What was I gonna say? Yeah, man. Saying the wrong thing.
It can bite you in the ass sometimes, can't it?
Yeah, man. Well, so what's happened this week? Was it Sarah Blast got unbanned, right?
They brought her back from the dead, dude. Yeah, dude.
That's good. I think it's a good thing. I thought for a second it was like a lifetime ban, but then you look back.
I thought the same thing too.
It wasn't. It just said for the 2020.
Oh, okay.
It says for the 2020 season, Sarah Blast is going to be banned, and that was a whole crazy thing. I've been going on a deep dive, like rehashing all these. You know what I did notice though? Like the one common thing out of all the cancels that happened in the FGC, like
that's good.
It all happened during the pandemic.
Oh yeah,
like
because everyone was at home scrutinizing everything.
Yeah, it's like people were just sifting through years and years of shit, just trying to dredge up some just loaded gun with the fingerprints on it. They're just like they're just raking the fucking every pond, just dredging it, trying to find a murder weapon.
Going through everyone's closet looking for skeletons, dog.
Yeah, that's like the old. Well, you think about it, like that's the only thing that explains.
Yeah,
the Chris G cancel.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like years later,
after
reassuring him like over to the like, dude, we're good, dude. He's like, you're good, dog. He's like, hey man. He's like, I know what I got you, dog. You're like, wait, what? He's like, wait, what? I don't even think like I was in the right. They're like, no, dog, you're good, dog. He's like, all right. And then like, moved to Seattle. He's like, okay. And then they're just like,
gotta let you go, dog.
Yeah, I mean.
It's unfortunate, dude.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's talk about Sarah Blast, I guess. That, they got canceled for using a racial slur, and I don't know. I mean, that's a different debate whether or not if it's not a hard R, if it's a racial slur or not. I think most people would say it's not, but kind of people that'll cancel you on fucking social media would say that it is,
for not like posting a blackout like fucking Instagram picture or something crazy, man. Like if you're not on the same
but it all started because
as everyone else,
like the first person or right before that was like it was a big thing because Low Tier God, and this was funny because I was trying to look up that rant and I found it on YouTube, and there was a fucking YouTube channel that had 4 videos only, and one of them was this like hour and a half long like monologue style rant of that LTG has just saying like I said this in the match when I was streaming against Sarah Blast because I was getting trolled, and he's being stupid and like purposely misgendering. But he's like he's a.
You know what I mean? Like
he's playing. So is Filipino champ for that matter. Like he's a heel. He plays that shit on purpose.
Yeah.
Like the pro wrestling
I think he plays
and
it better
FGC,
than LTG. LTG.
No, he's like he's a heel's heel. You know what I mean? Like, dude, he fucking makes like
the trolls.
He makes heels be like, God damn it, like I have something to aspire to. Like this motherfucker is such a heel, and I swear it's a bit. It's all a bit. If you actually talk, if you sat there and you talk to any one of these people, even low tier God, like, is he fucking kind of ignorant as fuck? Yes, he is. Is he kind of what's it called? It's like yes, but. I was watching that rant. Oh, let me get this part. So I'm looking it up, and I find it on this YouTube channel that has 4 videos, and it's the YouTube channel's name is Viscant's Dick. And I was like, this is the most epic shit I've ever seen in my entire life. And it was all just like low tier God like propaganda shit, like just like smear pieces and like just to immortalize it forever. Like
if
anything he's ever done.
had like the ammo against this guy,
I'm not saying it was Viscant himself. It probably wasn't, but it's just funny that was like the name, and it has this like. I don't want to like blow it up. They might change that profile. Look at Google Viscant's Dick on YouTube. Look it up, dude. It's real, okay? But shit made me laugh for like 10 minutes straight. And I was like, what the fuck? Because that was the whole thing, You're gonna want to watch the taste of my dick out of your mouth. What a legend, dude.
Dude, that was on the level of like Brink comebacks, dude. Like,
no, the thing is, like, that was a good example of how you, like, defend yourself against someone who's talking shit. Like, if someone's sitting there talking shit, look, Sarah Blast always would beat him. Sarah Blast would fucking dunk on him, teabag him in the matches and shit. Like, and that's how you get back at people talking shit. You fucking own them.
Yeah.
And you're just like, whatever, you salty, fucking, you just fucking, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you just get them, dude.
You can't feed the troll. I think that was where the downfall went,
But no, he's going off. I mean, it's bad. He's just just saying dude and he and dude, and then but he does make one point that I think shouldn't be missed on the fact that he's kind of a fucking, he's a bad character in the fucking FGC in my opinion. LPG.
For sure.
But like. And I don't know how he has a lot of fans too, which is crazy.
I think it's because
and I was watching his stream and it was the most insane shit. It was like him holding the planet and then like him like being worshipped by all these people and it's like join today or some shit. I was like, what is this? I was like, this is some funny ass shit. But
it's fucking weird though. I've actually watched some of them. They're like,
we're gonna get canceled with this shit?
No, I don't think we'd get canceled, but he's just very I just don't get it. Like, I get that he's supposed to be this like villain type, but he's so like not
it's almost like
on the game.
It's almost like he's not playing a heel. He's just he's doing a bit, dude. He has to. But he did say this, and it made me think about something for a long time. And I think he's right in a weird, fucked up way.
That's right.
He's talking about, this is not a good argument by any stretch of the imagination. And in its I better clarify myself here because there's fucking people who can't listen. Like, I have to, like, spell it out for fucking everyone because they hear, like, 2 words and they just jump off the fucking cliff. And I'm like, stop it, okay? Stop it. So, he's saying, I grew up in the 90s and, like, we just would call anything and everything the F word, like, the derogatory, like, because I think that's why he got in trouble was that he said he was playing Cheryl Blast. And he got bopped, and then he called them
F word.
And then the stream, I think he like pulled the plug, or I don't know. He just stopped playing for a minute and then came back, and then somehow that got leaked out. Which is not. I mean, look, like you can't.
You can't.
I
grew up in the 90s.
I grew up in the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, I grew up in the 90s. Like, but you wouldn't. I've never called a gay person intentionally.
Never
in my life. That is like the most fucked up thing of all time.
We used to make
I'd call you the
That's
F
what we
word
were
all
saying.
the
Like,
time.
the only time we would ever use it, and it's the same thing for the non-hard R, dude. It's like that's just the way we would like greet our friends, dude. Like, hey,
Well,
what's
like,
up,
what
yo?
do we like? You know, everyone was like, our idols were like fucking Biggie and fucking all these like
Yeah.
badass like fucking like rapper guys who were just like, you know, they were like, we just wanted to be cool, you know what I mean? That's like the thing is like, oh, white people always want to be black and all this shit. It's like, I mean, like, they made good music, dude. Like, they made good music at a time where music was fucking garbage. And like, but the thing was, I never fell into that because I mean, Sarah Blast was like, look, I grew up on the East Coast. I'd spend summers with my friends in New York City, and we'd fucking just go ham, dude, just saying stupid shit. Like, I had like,
Same, yeah.
and that's not a good excuse either.
No.
See, I've never casually I don't use the soft, how do we, I don't want to say it. I don't use that word. Unless I'm singing like a fucking DMX song or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm singing some like Immortal Technique shit or like some fucking...
We grew up in the 90s, but it was left in the 90s too, because I felt like, I don't know,
it's just not something that I, like, I don't say like the A version of it, like, period. Like, I just don't say it. But like, if someone did, I wouldn't like fall over backwards and be like, oh, I would just be like, damn, dude, like, okay, like, that's what's up. Like,
right?
Damn, you live your life, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, but I don't think it's a racial slur.
No.
If it's not used in a racial slur. If it's just like shooting the shit and they're just like, oh, you're like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. I'm probably going to get canceled for saying that shit. But, and the thing is that everyone agrees with me, but everyone's going to act like I'm just like, I'm a monster or some shit.
Well,
it's like you all agree.
But online, bro, they're just a ghosty dog.
Get ghosted.
Yeah, bro.
No, but look, let's be honest here, dude. Like, you know, Sarah Blast just felt comfortable enough to talk how they would maybe normally just shit talk. Like, you're just talking shit.
And where was it? Was she on a stream? Like, where was she?
There was one on a stream, and there was the Eat My Ass one.
That's the hard part too, man.
That was kind of funny.
I think Rip recently got trolled up in his stream too because he said something like that.
No, he was like,
what did he say? But that's the comfortability. You get comfortable with your audience, and then
that
you just
one was
like
weird because he wasn't talking. He was just like
making sound
he
effects.
He was winning, and then he started to like came back, and he's all, and then at the end of the match he was just like, Aah! He was just like he just sounded like, I mean,
who knows?
That's what it was. I mean, who knows? I don't know what, you know, in every country, like, you know, like you know, like the laughing thing in America, it's like ha ha ha, and like in Brazil it's ja ja ja, or like what's it called? It's like hee 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 or whatever. You know? What if I'm not saying it. I'm saying what if in
who's
like
your favorite Marvel first come out there?
No. What I'm saying is that it's possible that in wherever the fuck, this is probably a microaggression. Wherever you're from, Rip, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. No, I'm just kidding. Probably American as fuck.
Oh my god!
What I'm saying is that maybe
you shouldn't let it rip.
Maybe like the like. Maybe that's just spelled out like indirectly, like has nothing to do with.
Oh my god!
No, I'm just trying to be funny, people. I don't know. I don't know what his intentions were. I'm sure they weren't malevolent. You know what I mean?
For anything. I think it's like he just lost his mind for a second, dude.
I don't even know. If people are like, it's not what it is. It is what it is. Like, kill them. Like,
there's people swearing it was just a sound. It wasn't even a word.
It could have been. Who knows? Either way, he didn't get
know.
canceled. He fell. He has the privilege, dude. He's got the Mike Z and fucking Maximilian privilege, dog.
Oh, didn't Mike Z just cancel himself, bro?
When?
Skullgirls, dog, right? That's the guy who designed the game. Yeah, Sonic Fox was like blowing his ass up like a couple months back.
He's not banned.
What? I thought he
banned.
was.
No. None of the white people got banned. And they all said like,
oh my god, dude.
Worse things. Maybe more like worse than me. I mean, look, we'll get into that. Fuck it. Let's just keep going. What are we talking about?
Sarah Blast.
So good for Capcom to realize that this should maybe just be a 1-year suspension, and maybe other people can start getting reviewed. And the funniest part was that it was Mr. Wizard who came out and was like,
"Oh, he's
indefinitely right? No, he was like, low tier gods indefinitely banned from Evo, and then permanently banned, and then it was like Ceroblast is permanently banned, and then like the next sentence was like, I'm permanently banned. He's like, I'm sorry. Yeah. And we've talked about that a little bit. I don't even want to. That shit's weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, Mr. Wizard.
I don't know. It appears that there's nothing that was like too egregious. Obviously, it is.
It's just strange and weird and not comfortable for a lot of people. I'm sure.
It wasn't. It wasn't the most like severe. People get trolled like that all the time.
Definitely.
People get baited out like that.
Oh, fuck yeah.
People just like cold, like they'll be talking to someone on AIM and be like, oh my god, my brother got kidnapped. Like, the kidnappers want nudes of you for them to release them. And they're like, what? Like, yeah, I'm just like a little kid. I like sending, you know what I mean? Like,
semi-nude.
People get trolled all the time for stupid shit, or like, even
if we were talking about
that shit last week, dude.
If I had $1 for every fucking nude I sent to people. No, I'm just kidding.
No, the catfishing, like send me nudes and then blackmail. Like, you know, people get extorted for nudes all the time. Mr. Wizard was like, you don't got 5 inches. You know, he's just like, you don't got 5 inches. Like, send me a dick pic, dog. Like,
dude. And you know, like I'm not.
To a certain extent, if you get trolled for that, it's almost like. To a certain extent, it's like there's doubt in everyone's mind. Like, what am I doing right now? Like, is there any accountability for any of this shit?
It goes back to what we were saying in the last podcast, that when you're boys, dog, that's like a rite of passage, dog. Like, you gotta know all your boys' sides, dog. You're like, what's up, boy? Like,
shut the fuck up. You're so stupid.
No, I'm dead serious though. Like, it's like a weird.
Remember that episode of Workaholics where he's like, we gotta do the Boy Scouts honor or whatever, like show each other. Show each other our dicks and shit, and then he goes to his coworker and does it, and it's like little kids, opens the door, and then he's just like, oh, like it's so good, dude. It's so good.
It's not. I wouldn't put it past some shit like where it's normalized for some shit like that.
No, it was egregious.
I mean?
Dude, no, I'm not trying to say. I'm just saying that.
What I'm trying to say is that
he didn't kill anybody.
It didn't. Yeah, and it didn't come off at first, I'm sure, as like this weird thing until a couple of years to let it marinate, and then you're like, oh shit, that was kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all I'm saying is I'm glad I wasn't at Golfland in 1996, because God only knows what I would have done for a handful of tokens. Yeah. Like, I'm just being real, dude. I'm being fucking real, dude. Like, let's be honest.
Or some fucking knowledge, bro. Like, show me how to win, dude. I'll fucking do anything, dude. Like,
I don't know about that, but like, you know, jump in the fountain, take my shirt off, whatever, dude. Like, fucking, I would have done that shit. We did a bro shower one time.
Yeah.
At Evo.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Come on, dude. You're over here hating on me. I'm over here spitting truth, bro.
Wasn't that Evo? We did that Evo.
But where didn't we do it, bro?
No, at my house I had a.
You got 5 minutes and 8 boys, dog.
I had a New Year's Eve party at my house back in like the early OFC days. Yep. It was like 2011 or something, and it was 10 years ago apparently. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? That's crazy.
How times have changed, dude.
I know. These people have changed, these people probably like, don't say this shit, dude. Like, before we used to like brag about it, but now it's like, nah, I can't say that either. Oh, look, dude, maybe this shit's all for the better, okay? Maybe this shit's all for the better. But let me drop some names, okay? It was me. It was this Vincent Ritalin. Look it up. Richard Klink. And there was a fourth person just watching. They weren't even in the shower. They were just watching.
They were just laughing, dude. Just fucking.
It was probably the coolest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Yeah, fucking man.
Bro koozies, bro. Fucking. Off road. What was it? I can't even say the shit we used to say, dude. It's so bad. No homo off road, dude.
Just froyo.
Froyo, bro.
Yeah, the Froyo money matches.
Oh my god.
That was when Froyo was cool. That was when Froyo was.
Shout out to frozen yogurt.
No one eats Froyo anymore. Yeah. Froyo is
just acai bowl and avocado toast.
It's a victim of the pandemic, dude. Like no one's going and each touching a handle, like
yeah. Dipping their hand in all the M&Ms everyone else has touched and shit. Like
it's funny, dude. We're funny. Like everything we're saying, like take this shit. Like we wouldn't actually talk like this if there wasn't a microphone in front of our face and we weren't trying to be funny.
Yeah, this is very true.
It'd be a lot worse. No, like
yeah, probably.
Let's get serious.
Yeah, let's get serious.
Oh man, no. Fuck. Look, man. I think it's a good thing that people who got canceled are getting second chances because I personally feel like there should be a road to redemption for any. Like, look, you commit a crime, you fucking murder somebody, you serve your time, and you get
a second chance, essentially.
In the cancel fucking world, like there are no fucking second chances, and it's kind of ridiculous, and you know, it's crazy because people like for whatever reason like they just refuse. Most people don't want to say this shit, but like the whole wokeness of the whole world, like it's net bad. I know maybe it's not. Maybe it's net good.
Yeah.
Maybe like overall this will help people like get past their like, you know, like childish ways of just being stupid, or like the past isn't always good, right? No.
But I think that's the part that people forget. That's the learning experience of life, right?
But I'll say this shit. It's a problem because it's not 100% accurate, or all the woke things are not right. Some of it is fucking just nonsense for the most part. So like, and you can't say anything about it, or you're just a piece of shit. And it's like, it's true, dude. And most people understand that. If you actually think about it for more than a second, you're not just like parroting whatever the fuck everyone else is saying. If you think about it, you're like, there are some big problems in this fucking whole. I know it's like one word and it's encompassing all these different things, but it's still a true statement. It's a problem. There's a lot of problems with it. It's not a clear cut like, oh, this is really thought out fucking ideas and fucking no, you know, there's no holes in this shit. This is all fucking perfectly like thought out hypotheses and fucking what's it called. No, there's a lot of bullshit in there. It's a lot of bullshit. And you know, Cyril Blast coming back, that's a good thing, I think, personally. I don't think Cyril Blast is fucking racist. No. I don't think F Champ is racist.
No.
I don't think that Chris G. Well, maybe Chris G said some fucking kind of fucked up shit. That was one thing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's just kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, and then there could be like some dumbass argument, like somehow, like they're.
It's hard because
who knows? Who knows? What I'm saying is that in general, I think what Chris G was saying, I don't even want to talk about it because you can't say anything about anything without just getting shit on. But
it's hard when you're around
maybe what he's saying,
same group of people all the time and you're gassed up, you're at a tournament, like people are gonna say some stupid ass fucking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a hard thing, but it's like you gotta always keep your mind straight, dude. You gotta fucking know where you're at, and like there's cameras everywhere, there's streams being put on, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like people talk, like, he
tweeted it. He was talking on
god, that's even worse, boy.
I don't know if he tweeted it, but it was on a comment.
Okay. That's immortalizing it forever, dude.
I'll say what he was saying, but I don't think it's true. I don't think it's. Maybe statistically, you could argue the fact that, like, look, no black women have, like, won Evo or some shit. And, like, yes, like, okay, like, good job, you pointed something out. But, like, he was just saying like he's fucked up. I don't. He was like black girls suck at fighting games pretty much, or suck at games, and that at least Asian females try. That's what his statement was. At least they try. But it's like you don't think that everyone's trying.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you
in
talking
their own
about?
way?
Yeah, I mean, like look,
some people
man,
don't know everything.
there might not be like an argument for like, well, no, maybe there is. Maybe there's like this is such a boys' club that it's kind of weird. But I mean, look at Burn Your Bra, dude. Burn Your Bra has been around for a fucking long time.
Yeah,
and I thought that the girls only Street Fighter tournaments back in the day, I thought that shit was like, I don't think it was a good look.
No,
I think it was like me personally, I am sensitive. I mean, I'm always like, I'm not sensitive to anything. The only thing I'm sensitive towards is like patronize, like don't fucking patronize me. There ain't no fucking pet. Like, don't fucking put me in these. I hate that shit. It pisses me off. If I fucking get a little sense of that shit, I get irritated because I'm just like, what do you think? I can't fucking do something on my own? Like, you gotta like be like, here's your little piece of the pie. It's this little sliver, and it's like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna take the whole goddamn cake myself. You know what I mean? Like, that's like that's where I feel that. That's where my brain is. That.
Well,
but I know other people.
Know they did a Street Fighter all girl.
Oh yeah,
damn.
No, this was a long time. This was like
because League of Legends did the same thing too. I think where they did a League of Legends all girl team.
I think I know where it's coming from, but I think it doesn't do what people think it does. Like I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong about this. I'm not gonna,
it's an argument going on.
I'm not married to my fucking beliefs.
Because I think even in Kendama they do the same thing. They do an all girl open, and a lot of players don't like it because they think that everyone should be competing together.
Look, I don't consider myself a feminist or anything, but the feminism that I mostly I adhere to is in the classical sense that like men and women should be considered equal, and that's what that's like second generation women's rights, like feminism. You know what I mean? And I don't even want to get into this shit because it's probably politically incorrect, but like, let's just say that feminism today in its current state doesn't necessarily, they're not trying to fight for equality anymore. It's like whatever it is plus a little bit of like man hating. Like, that's pretty much what it is. Like, let's get serious here. Like, no, I mean, like, let's come on, dude. Like, am I fucking wrong?
Are you mansplaining right now, dude?
Maybe I am. Fucking,
let me fucking pull my tank down and like.
No, I mean,
I feel that. I feel that,
and I think it's kind of weird. I think it's weird because in my mind, I grew up. I think men and women are fucking equal.
Yep.
They have equal opportunities,
equal rights
in the law. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that it gets weird when it's girls only thing.
Because to me, it almost feels as if like, let's give them a league where they don't get like embarrassed or something. And it's like weird because it's like some of these girls are good. Like, so you know what I mean? Like it almost disrespects them in a sense, dude. Like, put them in the same group with everyone else and let's all play and let the best.
It's not like we're fucking like fighting for real.
No,
it's like it's a fucking video game.
It's a video game.
Are you saying that they like cannot be as good as us or something? I don't think that's true. I think that look, there are some female. I mean, this is kind of arguing fucking Chris G's point, but there are some Japanese female like Alpha 3 players and shit that I couldn't fucking get a hit on them. You know what I mean? Like, I would get fucking murked. Like, and it's just a time and effort thing. And maybe
100%.
maybe it has been kind of intimidating for some women to get into the FGC, even though there are women who would tell you that that's fucking bullshit, I'm sure. But it's pretty, I mean, look, it is kind of, there's a lot of guys there. And a lot of
unsocialized guys too.
Yeah, so, yeah. Let's be real.
Let's be real here, dude.
Let's play real. Like, yeah, for sure. And it's kind of fucking crazy. I'm not gonna bullshit. But see, that's why this shit's kind of complicated. And you got like glitter. You have like stripper glitter on your face. What do you got on your face? On your lip. What do you like? Fucking. Don't worry about it. It's just gonna bug me forever. No, it's like right. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm sorry.
I got like beard oil on and fucking bombs and shit, dog.
Some fucking glitter, dude.
Yeah, some glitter.
Some fucking, what are those shots? What are they called? Star shots or whatever?
Star shots, bro. I gotta get ready, dude. No, it's funny. Me and Megan want to get our wedding pictures. We want to take star shots, dude. I think that'd be really cool.
That'd be fun. It's like all dark. You guys got like lip light around and shit.
Like a back-to-back fucking
like,
gun one or like something fucking funny, dude.
You gotta do it in the like black room with the dark, the blackness just like engulfing. You know, that's like the star shots back then. Like the like. I can't even, dude. I can't talk. Why can't we talk anymore?
I know.
Why can't we just say things?
We can't, bro.
I can't say fucking.
Cancel you, dog. No, but I think that'd be funny and like send them to people in like binders like you would back in the day, like binders full of star shots and shit. Yeah, dude.
All the hottest girls got star shots.
Fuck yeah, they did, dude.
And they were dangerous.
Shout out to fucking drawn on eyebrows. And
I wasn't gonna say it. That's why I was saying we can't say it, but now you said it.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, dude. The white beaters and the fucking it's just too good, bro.
The white beaters. What are you saying?
The white beaters, dog.
The white beaters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tank tops, bro.
I thought I heard you say wife
beaters.
Wife beaters, dude.
I say, I've been a SoundCloud rapper my whole life, dog. I've been mumbling my whole life, dog. You know, it's hard for anyone to understand what the fuck I'm saying, dude.
God damn it.
Oh shit, dude. What would fucking the best SoundCloud rapper name? I'm surprised no one's taken it yet. Lil Dick Suck, dog. I think that'd be the fucking funniest shit, bro.
Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Lil Dicky, dude. I think that is a guy's name.
Lil D-Suck,
Lil D-Suck. I like that.
Back on point though.
Let's get serious. No man. So Chris G, I think he was, you know, the fucked up thing about Chris G was that he got canceled like 3 years after he said what he said. And of course, it was during the pandemic when people were just like
scrutinizing anything.
I found it. There's just like a plastic bag wrapped in a Ziploc bag, wrapped in another plastic bag, and a trash bag, and there's just this rusty blade, and it's just like we found it. Chris G's fucking fingerprints are on it. You're just like, come on, dude.
They're doing like CSI fucking shit, dude.
Yeah, they're just dredging lakes, man. They found some fucking
just rewinding it, playing it over and over. Just fucking. Yeah, man.
No, and it's fucked up because he was like worried about it at the time because he got sent to hell when it happened. You know, people were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And he was like, you know, he kind of got like ridiculed, and he was like, "Look, I'm sorry, you're right." Like, fuck, you know. And then he was like, he was talking to when Evil Genius and him were like originally in cahoots. He's like, "Oh, is this a problem? Like, are you guys like?" Or when at the time, I don't know exactly how long he was sponsored with them, but. It was addressed, and they were like, "Dog, you're good, dog." They're like, "You don't got anything to worry about."
See this wing right here?
They're like,
"That's you under it, dog." Like, yeah.
And he's like, "Are you sure?" Or like, "Yeah, actually, relocate, unroot yourself, and relocate to Seattle." And he's like, "Like, I don't really want to do that. I'm NYC, fucking Chris G." They're like, "Nah, fuck that shit. You're fucking EG Chris G. Like, we got you, homie." And then he's like. Yeah, they're like, come on. He's just like, okay. And he like spent like $5,000 to like relocate there. And then as soon as he like got there, they're just like, he opens the door and just got like an adult barrel. Boom. He's like,
just handing him a box with all of his fucking feelings.
I guess it's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, that was pretty. They baited that fool, dog.
And it's like, I mean, look, what he said was pretty fucking. Repulsive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's true. I really don't. I think that's a pretty fucking ignorant thing to fucking say, to be honest. But I don't know. Like everyone else, like I feel like out of all of them, that one's pretty bad. The fucking but it was years later, and the way that fucking evil geniuses went about it was fucked up. And then they tried to give him like hush money or something.
Yeah, that was fucking.
They were like, "Hey, stop saying like." I can't remember what they were trying to
stop telling it how it really happened,
or
give it this.
It was like a severance package to like not say anything, or like to try and be like, "Hey, like stop talking about this," because I think they were talking about how he got relocated, how they were saying how it was okay, like we're good or whatever, and then they just still gank him.
Definitely.
And then he didn't take it, and then they didn't offer him anything after that. So he got fucked.
Yeah,
he got fucked worse than whoever he was scrutinizing or whoever he was trying to talk shit about or whatever.
Yeah.
Like this, he got fucked pretty goddamn bad. Like,
why?
And it was fucked up because it was his job. Like Filipino Champ, he wasn't sponsored. He wasn't relying on this. He didn't just move across the fucking country in order to like keep this thing going. He wasn't all in.
Fuck, dude.
And I don't think he got as bad. I mean, he got banned too, but and it's weird because like that joke fucked up. The watermelon joke, like yeah, it was pretty fucked up. But like. Is it cancelable? Like, I don't fucking think so, dude. I mean, I really don't.
It's hard because it's like he kind of mocked everything that was going on in a weird way.
What, Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so did Mike Z. He didn't get fucking canceled.
Yeah, but Mike Z has money and like created a game and shit. I don't know. I don't know why he's not canceled. I honestly thought he was.
He's not.
Because
he's not canceled.
I'm gonna have to do some Google research.
Mike Z's not canceled. If he got canceled, then that's news to me.
Okay.
But what I remember seeing was the homie Adonis posting something about white privilege in the FGC, and it was Maximilian.
What did Maximilian do?
He said the N-word, like
pretty bad.
Not Cerebral Blast, and not in a Cerebral Blast way, in a worse way. But I think there was some. I think he apologized right away. Was
he has
crying,
such a big fan base. You know what I mean? Like,
who cares, dude? It's fucked up. You either ban everyone or you don't ban anyone. Yeah. I think you shouldn't ban anyone. I don't think so. You should ban.
I think there should be no bans. There should just be handicaps. Like for the year 2021, you can only play one-handed.
No, you have to play like the worst character. You have to play like Z tier. Like you have to play. That'd be funny, dude. That'd be funny.
You know what I mean?
And it would just keep people from going because they'd just be mad.
Yeah, they're like pissed. Like I'm not gonna ever say this shit again.
No,
dude.
I mean, look, dude. I just. You know, in the classic like NAACP way of just defending free speech, like I think you should be able, not at a tournament. At a tournament, if you went crazy and started saying crazy shit, I think they should be able to fucking be like, "Hey, dude, like you need to shut the fuck up. We're asking you to shut the fuck up." And if you're just like, "Fuck you," then be like,
"Ban,
get the fuck out of here." You know what I mean? Or even for just a year. Not forever. Have them see if they do it again. If they're like such a heel they can't fucking get out of it, then maybe think about banning them forever. But like, just to take people out like this, and there's no, and even if he's sorry, like you know what I mean, like it's like, nah, who gives a shit? You fucked up, and it's like, if everyone, and this is a fucking. I mean, this is what I've been saying forever. As soon as it's like, dude, if there was a microscope and a microphone on all of us through our whole, let alone through our whole lives, but even just from the beginning of our FGC fucking career,
we'd all be canceled.
We'd all be fucking canceled. Not even that. Like, there's probably grounds to being stoned to fucking death. Like, you know, like if we want to be fucking barbaric, dude, like,
that's true.
And that goes for everyone.
Yeah,
everyone. And if you don't fucking think that.
You're fucking canceled.
No, if you don't think that, you know, if you really think you're somehow like
above the line,
branded by the fucking, you know, we've all fucking done some stupid, said some stupid shit and taken some L's. Just being like, what? Like,
you can't do that, or you can't say that, or.
I mean, if anyone was paying attention, dude, it'd be over. If anyone watched any of the old fucking podcasts that all our friends have fucking made, dude, like, none of these people would fucking.
No.
It'd be. But you just have the you have the privilege of inexclusivity or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, no one knows who the fuck you are, so no one's fucking paying attention to what you're saying or what you're doing. I'm not saying that I've said anything that deserves to be canceled. I'm just saying that, you know,
I've said some things or done some things in my life that I'm not proud of, and
well, like in the spectrum of cancellation, like there was that one chick. It was some white girl singing like a rap song, and I think she got fucking canceled for it or some shit because she was saying she was just singing the song, and they were like, "Fuck you, you're canceled." And I don't know who this was, but I remember hearing about it, and I was like, "Damn, dog!" Like, I remember driving to Evo with fucking Daywalker and Salty Santa with me and Vincent and them. And the new Lil Wayne CD came out, and we were just going in on fucking Gun Walk and fucking all this shit, dog. And no one gave a fuck. We were listening to DMX, dude. Like, we were fucking singing DMX songs, dude. Like, every DMX song. Rest in peace, fucking DMX, dude, dog. Like, brother. If you couldn't even say half the words of a DMX song today without just getting sent to fucking hell. Like, it's just true, dude.
Yeah, it was. I don't want to say it was the Wild West back then, but man, dude, the media back then was a little bit more forgiving, dude. Like, you know what I mean? You got away with a little bit more. You could do some stuff like that. Now it's like
you could just be normal
in
movies, the time.
And music and TV. Like one of the YouTubers, I don't know if you ever heard of her, Jenna Marbles. She's like some skate kind of girl. She got canceled for doing a blackface thing. Like, it's the same Chris G thing. It was like years before, and like people called her out on it, and she like gave in and
was like, what did she do though?
She like did a skit where she like played a part of like somebody, and like
was it like?
It wasn't like, it was just like it was just a fucking skit, dude. You know what I mean? It's the same as Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, dude.
Look, I've always thought this. Like, if you're playing a character, if you're doing a character, let's not fucking, the Tropic Thunder thing, like, people don't talk about that because they don't want any light being, I'm gonna have to cut this out. I don't want fucking, what's his name, to get fucked over for that, because that was an epic fucking bit in a movie. That was an epic bit.
There's a guy who was on a podcast I was listening to.
Fucking bit.
I forget the guy's name, but he's a voice actor, and he's a white guy. But his Morgan Freeman is spot on, and Morgan Freeman's even seen him and was like, dude, that is incredible. That is incredible. He actually did all the voices for Tropic Thunder. They had to redo something or redo audio for it, and he played every character.
He dubbed it?
He dubbed it, dude.
What? The audio?
I forget if it was like a international translation, or I forget what the circumstances was that he had to redo it, but he did everyone's voice in the movie. And they fired him because he did a lot of Morgan Freeman voices. And they rehired him 2 years later because they were like, we can't find anyone that's as good, dude. Like,
damn. So they canceled him?
Yeah.
For doing...
And he felt the same way. He's like, I'm doing a character.
For doing black voice?
Yeah. He's like, I'm doing a character, dude. Like, yeah.
Damn. Well, look, like, I don't think most blackface offenses are, like, rooted in the like, really irreprehensible history of blackface. Like, you know, like in kabuki theater, like they wouldn't let women be in theater in Japan, so like men would play women.
Yeah,
so that was kind of what America's history was. Like, they wouldn't, and this is like even in Hollywood up until like the fucking 60s, dude. Like it's
fucking weird,
every I don't even know what the fucking word is now.
Well, it's like
every native was played by a fucking white guy.
Yeah.
That was just had some like dirt rubbed on him or whatever, and like, you know, it was all, and that was kind of like the last echoes of it to a certain extent, just kind of keeping out maybe.
Well, maybe some like Asian ones too, right? With like
that was bad. The brick fist at Tiffany's thing,
you know
or whatever.
Yeah. It just goes all around.
It's bad. It's really bad. That shit.
We have bad representation of fucking. Yeah. You know.
And that was in like bad faith, too. Yeah. Like, that's just like bullshit. It's like, what are you doing?
That was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like, how could you even sit there and like watch that and think like?
But I got an argument with this chick who was breastfeeding her like 10-year-old kid in front of me, and she was saying how like they should cancel. Like, she was like championing the canceling of the what's that movie called? The Disney movie about the Pacific Island, Moana. There was the Maui guy, right? Is that what his name was?
Is that the guy who was played by The Rock?
I don't know if his name was Maui. It might be fucking racist.
No, it was. That's pretty racist. Yeah.
It was something like that.
Yeah, it was Honolulu, right?
Stop it. I'm just serious, dude. It is something like that.
Fuck, I couldn't even tell you, dude. Starts with the M though, I think.
It might be what it is. But there was a costume that they had, and it was just like a body. It was a shirt. It was like a rash guard with the tattoos on it, and it kind of made your skin a little like
tan,
darker.
Tan.
It made it look like the goddamn character. Okay.
It made it look like the fucking sun had touched you because you're outside surfing.
Yeah.
Dude.
So and she was saying how like this is insane. Disney should go to hell for fucking making this costume or licensing it out in the first place. I was just like, these are children like dressing up like a character that they idolize. Like, what does that have to do with fucking blackface in the fucking 1900s?
It's because this bitch is so woke that she's a fucking insomniac guy.
Yeah, and she had a 10-year-old staring me in the eyes while she was sucking her tit in front of me. And I was like, bro, like you need to go look in the mirror for a second, like a hard good look in the mirror and look at your fucking child's birthday and like, why am I breastfeeding this fucking 6th grader in front of a fucking stranger? It's like, no, it wasn't a stranger. I knew them, but that even made it worse.
That's even weirder.
It's like, what are you doing?
The thing about that is like, you ever see that video of those a white girl, a little white girl and a little black girl, and they're all dressed up like Frozen, and they're in Walmart, and they walk up to both of their moms, and they're like, "Mom, look, we're twins."
They don't know. They don't know.
And dude, that's the realest shit, dude. It's like, no one, you know.
Well, that's the argument for color blindness in the first place. But you can't even
like that, bro.
You can't even think like that anymore, or you get sent to fucking hell, because it's not about being colorblind anymore. That's not enough. You can't be colorblind. It's like, you have to
respect the struggle that.
No, it's just something. Look, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that I don't think there's any fucking connection between someone playing a character that just happens to be fucking look black. So you're telling me that black cosplayers can't do anything other than it's more racist now. It seems more racist now than it ever has been. Yeah, it's like this shit is not working, dude.
It's like going
It's fucking regressive.
It's unwinding everything, dude. It's like,
it's like what are we doing now? Everything is racially fucking motivated now, and it's all we fucking talk about. And it's like, we used to not talk about this shit. It used to not be a fucking problem, and now it's like, no, I don't want to fucking get into it. Listen, we're not talking about that. We're talking about fucking watermelons, okay? Fucking.
We're talking about Chris G, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's interesting, man. It's interesting. Then there was you want to talk about cancel culture at its finest? Let's talk about fucking the Mewtwo fucking King incident.
Poor bastard, bro.
Well, like, this is like a perfect example of like, you don't think someone could lie about something? It's like, believe everything anyone says because they never fucking just make something up out of thin air, and it just completely ruined someone's fucking life. And that is like, I mean, what happened to him, you can look it up. I don't want to go into details about it because I don't think it's my story to tell, but it's out there. And he was accused of doing something, and it wasn't true, and he proved that it wasn't true in a very humiliating way. And it really, I'm sure, was not.
That's something he probably didn't want to be aired out.
I mean, it being fucked up isn't even you couldn't even categorize it. It's something beyond that.
That's the tip of the iceberg.
It is like, it is deeply fucking just wrong and all. It was so bad. And look, dude, things can happen, dude. People can just fucking
Spread their
make
narrative,
shit
dude.
up, dude. They can just fucking make shit up and ruin someone's life. And by the time it even comes around that, hey, this isn't true, it doesn't matter. The damage is already done. The people already fucking heard it. Now your life is fucking in complete and fucking utter shambles. And it might not even be something true, let alone just a stupid fucking joke that didn't hit. You know what I mean? But the thing about F Champ's joke is, what was the intent? Like, was he trying to like literally fucking like ruin everyone's lives by like saying some fucked up shit? No, he thought he was being funny. He thought he was being funny, and it wasn't really funny at the time because it was super fucking, you know, retrospectively insensitive as fuck. But should you lose? I mean, look, and then there's an argument of like, hey, look, these people can do whatever they want. Capcom can ban whoever they want because they're their own entity, and it's like the YouTube argument. Yeah. It's like they can ban their platform. They can ban Alex Jones for saying stupid fucking shit because they don't want, you know, they got money involved and they don't want it to come back and be like, look at these horrible people.
That's true.
And now there's an argument for that, 100%. But you know, as an American, you have a certain amount of inherent rights when it comes to fucking freedom of speech that would usually protect you from, as long, I mean, you know, there's already laws in the books against how far speech can go before it becomes a problem.
Yep.
And I think they're pretty good. You know, you can't incite violence. You can't fucking you can't technically make a false story about fucking someone and fucking, what do you call that? It's called it's something.
It's not plagiarism, is it?
It's not plagiarism. No. It's like you're like you put someone's name through the mud and it's false, just bullshit. You're just lying to fuck someone over. Like, that is technically not protected under the freedom of speech in America. Like, but look, dude, you don't want to fucking live anywhere else. Like, I know people are like, oh, America sucks, the worst fucking most racist place on the planet. It's like, bro, you haven't traveled before.
No.
You have no fucking clue. You are fucking, you know, woefully fucking ignorant when it comes to this shit. Like, America is a pretty
F-champ racist. It's like, go somewhere where actual racism
is
going on.
Bro, like you don't fucking even know, dude.
Black and white, bro. It's two different worlds.
You don't know. Yeah. Or freedom of speech. In Canada, you can't fucking make a joke. If you offend someone in a fucking joke, you can get fined for it.
Well, that's because you get free healthcare and like dental insurance.
Whatever. That's fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
That's fucking bullshit. You know, they can force you by law to say certain things. And then not even talking about the like French Quarter places where you have to write in this language, or if you don't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty fucking real, dude.
It's crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. And you know, I've been to Japan a couple times, and you know, I don't think I need to explain the motherfuckers are pretty goddamn racist too. Yeah. They're hella racist. It is what it is, man. America's not that bad of a place, dude. It really isn't that bad of a place. Like, it's just not. And there's a lot of freedoms here that you take fucking for granted.
Oh, for sure.
And you wouldn't want to find out what it's like to fucking. You can go in a time machine and go live in your fucking communist utopia, dude, and fucking starve to death like the rest of the 50 million people who did.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, man.
Damn, dude.
Good ideas. Yeah. Like, just great ideas. But it didn't work because you weren't there. Like, you could have made it work, but fucking stupid motherfuckers. Yeah, man.
That's, you know, it's maybe that's why we got so many differences in the arcade sticks, bro. Our freedoms, dude, you know.
The meme, dude.
It moves on from you know, why just play on a stick, dude, when I can play on a fucking steering wheel with like buttons and shit, dude?
So you were telling me that someone won a fighting game tournament with the fucking...
I forget what game he was playing. It might have been Tekken. It might have been something weird. But I don't even know if he might have just placed top 8 and people were shocked because he was playing on a racing wheel. And that was like the first experience I'd ever seen with like.
But the racing wheel had a D-pad, right? He wasn't turning the wheel.
No, but
that would have been hype, dude.
I just honestly, I thought like, when I saw like, he has like pedals and shit, he's like,
like do combos by like shifting gears and shit, like clutch.
You know, I'm sure you could do something like that. Really,
I remember one time back in the Guitar Hero days. This was like the greatest era of like gaming. I swear, it was like PlayStation 2, fucking Guitar Hero like 2 or some shit. I was at my cousin's house and he didn't have a fucking guitar; it was broken, so he'd play on the controller. And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" And he would just sit there like, and like hit the like each button had its own like thing, and you'd have to go up and down on the analog stick to strum it. And he would just go. And he was pretty good, dude. I was like,
epic,
I was like, wow, like what the fuck? No, and then yeah, so that's funny. But I made this fucking meme, and it's pretty good. I feel like it's pretty good, and people are like confused. I don't know if they are confused or I don't know, but I just feel like we're gonna go into this shit, dude.
Just because you can, should you?
No, it's serious. Like it's weird because I know what it feels like to like start. Like having a lot of interest into like playing fighting games seriously, and then you're like, okay, what's like the best tool for the craft or whatever? And like, yes, that is coming into debate whether or not like a hitbox is or a mixed box or something is like more ideal for like playing, right? Like if you were just trying to like min-max the ish out of it, like maybe that would be the best way to do it. But that's not what my argument is. My whole thing is that you should learn how to play on whatever your this is just my argument, okay? I'm gonna lay it out. Whatever games you like to play. If you like, you know, retro
platformers,
like if you like 90s fighting games, you should play on whatever kind of stick. The layout doesn't matter, but as long, I mean, like if you really think about it, you know, if you want to be able to perform in any situation, that I guess it depends on whether or not you throw away like all aspirations of ever being able to like find an arcade cabinet for your favorite game and playing it at a competent level. Like that is my argument. It's like if you like if your favorite game is ST and that's what you like playing, if you were in an arcade in Japan, it would be a fucking Saimitsu LS32 and fucking Sanwa buttons. That's what it would be. 99 out of 100% of the time.
Definitely.
That's what it would be. So it might benefit you in the long run if you could ever get your fucking life together and fucking find an arcade within a, because it's the funnest. The arcade is the best atmosphere for playing these games, and it's kind of the basis of my argument is that if you want to play on the real thing for the games that you like play, say you like playing CVS 2, it should be a fucking JLF and Samurai buttons. If you like playing fucking KOF 98, it should be a fucking LS 48 or some shit and Saimitsu buttons. You know what I mean? Like, there's just different buttons and stick that went for the arcade cabinets that these games are always found in. Like, different generations. If you like playing Street Fighter 4, it should be a JLF and Samurai buttons. Like, that's just on a Vuelix layout, because that's mostly Vuelix or Noir layout. That's what it is, dude. That's what it is. And if you ever want to go find a fucking arcade machine and play, or if you're at a tournament and your fucking stick breaks, what if your fucking PCB shits the bed at a tournament and you can't find someone that has the mix box at an angle and fucking keyboard button? You're fucked. You might as well you have to learn how to play on this shit before you try and figure something else out. And I think it's just inherently stupid I just personally think it's dumb to fucking play on something that you wouldn't find at an arcade. And maybe it's like, whoa, that's because you fucking are all about arcades and no one else has an arcade around or whatever. It's like, okay, but it's not like you know, all the self-proclaimed like arcade culture like nerds are into all this stupid shit that you wouldn't be able to find in an arcade if your fucking life depended on it. It's like, are you a fucking fan, or are you just a nerdy fucking person who's trying to like min-max everything until like it's not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because that's the only argument that I see is like, I'm just trying to maybe use the best thing for me or whatever.
Be the better.
But that's the other thing is like, when I was first trying to play, I was like, you know, I'm having problems doing motions. Like, I can charge good, but I'm having problems doing motions. Like, if I wanted to play someone else, like, so I was like, maybe I'll put an octagon gate in to help me with the like. It's just a crutch for fucking poor
execution, dude.
Ability. Yeah. It's all it is. It's a mental crutch that
just ride the gate, bro. Just ride the gate, dog.
If you could play on anything, but why wouldn't you play on the most common thing for the game that you like the most? Like, I don't think I'm necessarily right. Like, I'm not fucking like married to this shit, you know, but I think I have a pretty strong argument into why it's not a good idea to go down these fucking rabbit holes of stupid fucking setups, because it's just, in the long run, I think also it's like, maybe you're not trying to be the best. Maybe you fucking suck ass. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything. It's like, maybe it's just like, I gotta try and get good, so I'm just gonna use whatever I feel most comfortable with. It's like, it's not gonna make you any better. It doesn't matter what you fucking play on. There's just not really a good argument to play on that, because it's not common. If anything goes wrong, which shit does go wrong, if you play on, you know how many fucking joysticks I've worn out? These things have millions of Switch uses. I've fucking burned out tons of them.
Yeah.
You know, if you just play, you'll get good. You don't have to do stupid shit in order to get good. You don't have to use a fucking hitbox to get good. It's not going to make you any better. You might think it is, but it's just, you're mentally handicapping yourself whenever really what you should be focusing on is repetitive fucking just putting in your time. Like, people don't understand how good fighting games are for like life lessons. It's like, if you try anything new, you're gonna suck at it. You're just gonna suck. But if you put effort and time and you devote yourself to something, it doesn't matter what it is, you'll get good at it. You'll get better at it.
I could make that argument for an arcade stick. I remember getting Street Fighter 4 and playing on a controller and just being frustrated how hard the game was, and then seeing Vincent with his BlazBlue stick, and I was like, yo, I'm going to buy a stick. That's going to make me better. And I was worse, in fact. But I stuck through, and I think at the end of it, I was like, why? I couldn't even play the controller anymore. Like, the stick was like, it was the thing. It was the one. Like,
yeah, I think executionally it still works. Like, it's not completely obsolete to a hitbox. You can still look at Sako, dude. Is that his name? Sako, right? Yeah. This motherfucker has the best execution on the fucking planet, or even Desk. He was doing all that shit on a stick back in the day. I don't know if he uses hitbox now. What I'm saying is that it doesn't matter what you use, but you probably shouldn't be fucking around with some. Unless you're Daigo and you've already been king of the fucking crow's nest for however long, like decades at this point, and now you're just like, you know what? I think it's fun to play on a hitbox. Like, he's not gonna have a hard time if his hitbox breaks and someone hands him anything. He's gonna be able to fucking play on it. He's gonna be able to unblockable Tatsu you to death, like in ST. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna get one knockdown, he's gonna Tatsu you until you're dead. Because you can't block it, okay? It doesn't matter what he's using. He's going to fuck you up. So that's not a good... Well, look at Daigo. It's like, well, look at him. He can fucking play on anything. He can fucking play with this. He can play with this fucking nutsacks and micro switches, and he fucking body you, dude. Like,
a fucking cereal box and fucking...
He can play on a fucking steering wheel joystick.
Yeah,
and
just drift into a win, bro.
It doesn't matter. It's skill level based on knowledge and what's it called. It's not what's the upper advantage of the newest.
Wasn't that like an argument for controllers for the longest time, that it was like, like the distance in which you do the motion was like not as big as like the motion you would make with the arcade stick. Like I remember hearing all these arguments to why like controllers were better and now hitboxes are better.
Okay, look, we used to go to round 1 and Arcade Infinity and shit. What did you play on there?
A stick, bro. There was nothing else, dog.
All I'm saying is my mindset is that I don't want to one day be faced with my favorite game in its natural fucking... It's like finding a wild Pokemon, dude. It's like you find this game and you're like, oh my god, look, they just happen to have a... What if you walked into the comic book store in Escondido and there just happens to be a Street Fighter Alpha 2 cabinet inside of it and you're like, oh my god, this is badass. But all you play on is a fucking mix box or some stupid shit and you cannot do anything and you're just like, well, I want to play, but I can't do anything right now. It's like, well, whose fucking fault is that?
Yeah.
Because this is original hardware for fucking 1996's fucking arcade cabinets. Like, you can't fucking play. Like, sorry, like you're not gonna go on a win streak, buddy. You're not gonna fucking land jack shit. Like, I don't think people should learn. I just don't think people should learn on that.
No, I don't think so either.
When I was first getting into it, this shit wasn't a thing. So my little mental fucking lapses in judgment were octagon gates and fucking
bat tops,
stupid shit like that. Yeah. And then one day I realized that it's just nonsense, and whatever's arcade standard is what I personally believe you should invest your time in learning how to play on, for whatever game it is. If you like playing King of Fighters 98, learn how to play on a fucking Saimitsu fucking LS48 and Saimitsu buttons. You know what I mean? If you like playing fucking Street Fighter 4, that was your like thing. That's what you'd want to go to an arcade and play one day. Maybe if you could fucking make enough money on Dogecoin or some shit, you would learn, you would practice on a fucking JLF and Saimitsu buttons. Like, it's just the truth. And if you get good enough, you can play on anything, and I won't fucking talk shit. But if you're trying to learn and you're just looking for some edge, it's something. Not. Yeah. It's only going to stunt your growth because you're going to be fucking worried about all this stupid shit instead of what you should be worrying about, which is distances, fucking
spacing, zoning,
preemptive, reactionary, fucking what could they do from this space that I'm putting them in? What should I be looking for in order to react faster with?
Because if you play on what is the standard for the game, and later on something happens, like for instance when the Switches came out and everybody had fucking controllers, and this kid at my work thought he was fucking good. And he was like, let's fucking play, bro. And there was a fucking controller, dude. And I never played on a controller. But since I had a foundation of how to play the game, and I learned how to play it on a standard, I picked that controller up and fucked that dude up, dude.
Well, yeah, because you know how to play.
Because I knew how to play, and I learned how to play. But if I was to play on a controller first, and so, say there's only sticks, you'd be fucked. If you've never touched one.
I think if you put in 10 years and... on 10,000 hours, I think you can transcend fucking anything.
You can play on anything.
You can play on anything.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I've lost. I think you could play with the button that's broken. I went to the final round in Temecula when it opened up, and there was some guy playing Abel on the fucking arcade cabinet there, and he was on one side, and there was another guy there, but he wasn't playing. And I sat down and I played. And I think I won one, but I lost like the 2 out of 3 or whatever.
Okay.
And I was just like, and he's just like, hey man, like, what happened? And his friend was like, what happened, dude? I was like, I just lost, man. Like, I don't know what to say. It's been a while. The guy's pretty good, you know? And he's like, that's it, dude. Like, you don't got any excuses to make? I'm like, no. I was like, no excuses, man. Like, I was like, if I could have won, I would have won, but you know, if I sit here for a long time, you know, maybe the set would change up. But yeah. I was like, he's like, you're not nothing down. I was like, nah. He's like, that button's broken, dude. I was like, I know. He's like, you didn't say anything about that. I was like, I don't need all buttons to fucking beat somebody. I was like, I could have one button. Like, I think I could beat you.
Like
I think I can beat you with one fucking button, dude.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I've walked into like a pizza port in fucking Carlsbad, and back in the day, they had this fucking ST cabinet there, dude. It was actually pretty fucking badass. And this was like literally like forever ago, 10 years ago. And the joystick, like one direction won't work, and I'd still fucking play on it. I lost to fucking somebody, and I put another quarter in, and they were like, "No, you said it was broken." I was like, "I don't care, dude." I was like, down still works. This fierce button still works. I was like, can you beat me again? Like, can you fucking beat me again? Like, let's see what happens, bitch. Like, you know, it doesn't matter even if your shit works. Like, at a certain point, like, you can transcend it. Like, if you believe enough. There was that one fucking, Arturo Sanchez always said that, like, fucking, what was his name? Tomo Ohara or whatever. Like, he would one button challenge people and he'd fucking beat them. He'd be like, pick a button, dude. Like, pick a button.
That's sick.
And they'd be like, roundhouse. And he's like, all he would use is roundhouse. And he'd fucking pick Ryu and he would just fucking beat people.
See, that's sick.
And you're just like, dude, this is like, you know, at a certain point, it doesn't matter. So, like, that's why you can pick up a controller and beat some coworker of yours who thinks he's fucking badass, even though he's put, like, a fraction of 1% of the time that you've put into fucking fighting games. It's like, dude. Yeah. You're not gonna win.
It's funny. There's something weird about fighting games where people are like, "Oh, Street Fighter, I played that. Like, I'm the best." And it's like, are you the best though? Like, have you played? Like, or did you just play? You know?
Yeah.
It's like that weird thing where everyone thinks they're like the GOAT, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of sense. There's a false sense of, well, I mean, look, dude. I'm tell some fucking story. I was at the old salt mines one time. The original salt mines.
Yeah.
The one in like Kearney, Mesa, or whatever, or like by the certified Honda used certified dealership back in the day. The one that got robbed and like people would be following girls to the fucking bathrooms and shit. Like, yeah, it was good times, dude.
Open the like some weird shit. You're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, dude.
Bro?
Good times. So there was this random guy. He was playing Jet Quick, and Jet Quick lost. And I was like, "Who's this guy? He just beat Jet Quick. Like, what's going on here?" And I was getting to sit down. He's just like, I don't know if I can't remember. In my head, I remember him being like, "Oh, John, this guy's crazy." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay." Jet Quick's the fucking nutty fucking player. Like, if he's saying this guy's nutty, I'm scared. I was like, Jesus Christ. And he was playing Cody, and he played a pad player, and I was like, "What's up, man? Like, I've never seen you before." He's like, "Yeah, it's my first time coming out." I was like, "Oh shit! Like, do you play like around the area?" He's like, "Oh, I just play online, dude." I was like, "Oh, cool." We're playing, dude. He is like fucking my shit up because he's just insane. Like, he's absolutely insane. Like, doing the most ridiculous shit. He can do combos. What the fuck was that?
Next one, probably.
Are they mad?
No, I don't think so. We'll find out.
So, like, what, are they sleeping? It's fucking
no, it's just their
11.
kitchen's right there. So they might just be in there eating, or I don't fucking know, dude.
Okay, let's get back to the story.
It'll be fine.
So we're sitting there, and I'm sitting there, and this guy's kind of fucking putting it on me. I'm not gonna lie. He's whooping, but I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, what does he do in certain situations? You know, I'm trying to download him. And I'm not, at a certain point, I stop even trying to win. I just start, like, doing certain things and figuring out when he zonks. Exactly. That was my main thing. I was like, when is he zonking? Because it's not during a normal person's zonk gap. Everyone kind of plays different.
Definitely.
I'll give the benefit of the doubt. Like, but he was doing it at times that were, maybe they were really smart at the time. But his problem was he always did it at the same time.
Damn.
And he didn't know that the thing was punishable. Oh. He didn't know that the uppercut was punishable by Guile. Guile can punish the fucking shit out of that shit. So that's why people think Guile sucks in Street Fighter 4. I think Flash Kick was the best special move in the game. Like, most, and people always think I'm stupid. There will probably be some Shoryuken article written about this in like 10 years, like going through all of them, and they'll come to the point they realize Flash Kick was actually the most broken. No, they won't know who I am, but they'll just say like, it actually, in the data will show Flash Kick actually is the best special move in this game. Because EX went so far, it was 4 frames. You could punish shit that people It was literally there was things. Every character had something that was unpunishable by everything except for Flash King. Just think about that shit for a second.
That's
like,
crazy.
It was a check. It was a fucking gut check. It wasn't 3 frames. It wasn't always invincible. It wasn't always what's called, but it was versatile as fuck, and it was good. Okay, but let's go back to the story. This guy's beating me maybe like 5 games in a row, and he's feeling himself, dude. He's all badass, and we're just playing casuals, you know. I'm just like figuring it out, and then I'm like, okay, I got this fool. Like, I know everything. I know when he throws rocks. I know when he fucking does zongs. I know when he jumps. I know everything. And I just beat the fucking brakes off of him, bro. It just goes from him winning 5. I win like 9 in a row. He's like sweating, like freaking out. No one's there. I always got there early because I always get there early. And I beat him fucking the 10th time or some shit. And he's like, oh, good game. He's like, oh my, good games, man. He gets up and he's just like, oh, and he just walks out. I never saw him again. Not once. Never saw that guy.
Them, bro.
Did I? Or was he just not?
What he reminds me of?
That's what happened to me. No, I never won a game. I didn't win a game for fucking years. Like, I couldn't online random someone out.
I couldn't win. The first year of me playing Street Fighter, I never won 1 round, I don't think. I used to go to Vincent's and just get bodied by you, Challenge, fucking Vincent, anyone that was there, and I would just lose. And I remember that, like, fed my fire to, like...
Yeah, it makes you want... It kind of sifts out the people that ain't about it.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing... That's what... It will teach you. You want to dedicate a significant amount of your life to fighting games, dude? Is that what we're talking about right now? Like, let me tell you something. Like, it will teach you 2 things no matter what. It's that nothing comes easy in this fucking world.
Nothing means nothing,
dude. It's not gonna come.
Always rise to the top.
Straight up, exactly. No, the world might be confusing at times because like the Kardashians can like.
Got lips
have
like this big.
The Kardashians can become fucking famous for giving an unenthusiastic blowjob. Okay, like let's be honest here. Like that's just what it was.
Fucking fake lips and 4 butts, and they're just like
Kim Kardashian can become a fucking household name for an unenthusiastic blowjob and become a fucking millionaire for it. Okay,
fucking Raycon headphones,
but
dude.
that's not real life. That's not what happens in the real world. Okay, in the real world, you dedicate your fucking life to something, and maybe, just maybe, you'll get to a point where you don't just lose over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Maybe that shit pays off in the long run, but it's a grind that is it's brutal. It really is. And the other thing is
demoralizing, if anything.
What?
It's demoralizing, dude. Just losing that much and like.
But if you keep playing, eventually you'll
that's
win.
The thing. It's like
you'll win an exchange.
It'll make you.
You'll win a round.
Dude.
You'll win a game. You'll win a fucking
situation
team tournament because you made friends who were better than you and they can carry you all the way until
fucking backpack you through the fucking the whole tourney, bro.
And the other thing is that. What's the other thing? So nothing in this world comes fucking free without, and I don't know. I can't think right now. I'm just thinking about Kim Kardashian, but like,
I know, dude. And Ray J, bro. That's the fucking truth, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just talking
we all
shit.
know that Kourtney or Khloe's the hottest Kardashian, dude. Yeah. She's hot, bro. She's the goat of the family, dude.
Name a more iconic trio than the 3 and Birds. dude, those days were the best, man. I remember we were at NCR the year that it was 2013. If anyway, the whole I'll rehash this for 1 second. The year with, if you remember watching the like second podcast or the third one when I was talking about the Vicious story. Mm-hmm. The Dimension and Vicious and Larry fucking thing. That was in 2013. I think I said 2016 because I rewatched it to make sure that it was in 2013 because I have the t-shirt and that's what it says. It was NCR and me and Ilya are playing in the casual section. There's a bar and there's like 4 set up for casuals in this bar in the hotel. It's actually really cool. And I'm I'm sitting there and I'm waiting to play, and I'm looking at everyone else playing on these setups, and I'm just like, Ilya is the best person here to play. I was like, I'm just gonna play Ilya, and I sit down, and he's like, why are you playing me, Rico? He's like, why are you playing me? He's like, there's all these other people here that aren't. You can play me every week. He's like, you cannot play any of these other guys. I'm like, bro, have you fucking looked around? I was like, you're the best person playing right now. Like, I'm just trying to play the best person. And he was kind of mad because I guess
he wanted to play the best person.
I was maybe making his line seem bigger, that maybe someone who he would want to play would have sat down. So I can understand where he was coming from. He was still mad because he lost to a Mochi or whatever, like nail biter, dropped a combo. But
fuck,
I know. I had money on that fight too. That was a fucking bust. But and I'm sitting there, and some guy's like, I recognize you, and I'm like, where are you from? He's like, I'm from like, dude, he was like from Washington or some shit. And I was like, I am not from Washington, man. I'm from San Diego. He's like, that's where I know you from. He's like, you're one of the three kings. And I was like, the three emperors? He's like, yeah. I was like, how the fuck do you know this? He's like, I watched the random SDFGC stream where you guys were on a team tournament and you guys like were just kicking ass. And I was like, damn, dude. I was sitting there and I was like, this is like the greatest moment of my life. You know what I mean? I was like, there's some random person from a different state who like recognized me for maybe the dumbest thing that I'm like recognizable for. You know what I mean? Like, I guess I'm not recognizable for anything else other than that. I might get confused as like the Pillsbury Doughboy or some shit.
That's pretty sick though, dude.
It was the coolest thing that ever happened to me, dude. I remember walking fucking like I was just on like I was like high as fuck after that shit. I was just drinking my fucking fake fucking ginger ale because I was like, "Do you got ginger ale?" And they're like, "Oh no, dude." I was like, "Just give me Sprite with like a squirt of Diet Coke in it." And he's like, "Shit tastes exactly the same." I was like, "Yeah." And I'm sitting there like pretending to drink a ginger ale, like it's just fraudulent as fuck. And I'm just like all sick, dude. I was like, "God damn it! Like maybe this isn't for nothing. Like maybe one day, like." No, it was for nothing.
No.
That was the only time it ever happened.
Fucking soul skating, dog.
It was, dude. It was pretty cool, though. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fucking sick, dude.
I was happy about that. That was pretty cool.
Well, it's kind of real, dude. Like, I remember thinking, like, you see someone play at a high level, and it's like jaw dropping, dude. Like when I was a fucking new player, dude, and seeing people play, it was like, I don't know, it was mind fucking, bro, because you're just like, how your whole life you played these games and you're like, yeah, you can be good, but you can't be good. You know what I mean? I always thought that, like, you can be good, but you can't win all the time. And then you see somebody win all the time, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, Chris G was that guy for a while.
Fucking Richard was that guy for me for a while, dude.
Oh yeah,
like,
Richard won everything.
And the local crazy, bro. And not only that, but like in Smash Bros, like he was just like he could play some games. Like, he was the best.
He wasn't that good at time. Well, he didn't. We like when we knew him.
He had a custom controller, dog. I didn't fuck with that shit, dude. I was like, yo,
you know, man. I was talking shit one time, and I was like, I could probably beat you, dude. He's like, you would have no chance. I was like, I don't even play that shit. I'll fuck you up. And I picked. I was like,
Donkey Kong.
He's like, let's play melee. I was like, nah, I only play brawl, dude. He's like, you gotta have that like upper hand. I was like, I only play brawl, dude. Like, I only play the new shit. Like, this is back. This is like 2010. And we played at the Winter Game Fest because they had like empty stands. And dog, it was he didn't pick his main, but he was starting to sweat. He's like, oh shit. What the fuck am I getting myself into here? I was just running around fucking going fucking clap like like 8 barrel lining him like off the cliff. He's like, what is this shit? It was like last game. It was so sick, dude. I was like, oh, you be sweating, dog? You scared? He's like, what the fuck? I've never played it before, but we used to play.
Dude, I would teeter around. I used to play Donkey Kong as well.
Donkey Kong was so cool, man.
Some girl that I like met on Tinder or some shit. She had like the Smash Bros tattoos. She was like the gamer girl, right? She was just like, oh, I'm the best at Smash Bros. Like, I'll beat anyone at this game. I fucking barely play that shit, dude. I was like, I'll play you. I fucking bodied this girl. And I killed her at the end. I had 2 stocks. She had 1 stock. I just threw her on my back, bro, and just fucking jumped off the edge, dude. And she was so fucking mad. She like freaked out.
Sometimes you can really get them good because you go on some levels, like you can throw them under the stage, and like some people can't come back. From
No.
So like,
I just thought it was so funny because like people sometimes it's the same thing. It's like, this is my game. Like if you have a tattoo of a game on you, you better be the fucking best. Like you better be the fucking truth, dude.
I think it's more likely that if you have a tattoo on you, you like won't be that good. Like you'll and look, dude, like the same thing could be said about these guys with the fucking mixed boxes and hitboxes and shit. It's like
true.
chances are you're not gonna be that good, dude. I'm sorry. Like it's almost like it's like a fucking warning.
Yeah. Like
I'm not saying like straight turn waster status, but like, you know, if you had a round 1, I'd be like, I'm scared of this guy.
Yeah,
if he had a fucking team,
me,
if he had the stick right here, I'd be like, am I gonna fucking like win this shit right now? I'm scared.
I'd be a little fucking worried too, bro.
I'm worried.
But when you see that decked out fucking
anime,
steak,
fucking with all there's like horns and bells and whistles and shit.
Yeah,
it's like, I got this shit, dude.
A fucking soda, a can holder and shit. You're like, what?
Pretty
really?
much. Yeah,
man. Fucking round 1's dog. Or fucking SE dog.
That's the
when
meme,
I see an
dude.
SE
Fucking
dog, yeah, it's like, yeah.
Snap my fingers, dude. I'll make them all disappear.
All gone, bro.
I don't know. It's just a bit I have. I'm not a fan, but
dude, this is the craziest thing too. So that Cody player you're talking about, it reminded me a lot of our personal friend Cody, who actually played Cody as well.
Oh, if he couldn't win, he didn't want to play.
I don't know if I've already told this story, but we were all at a party at Tim's house, and Cody was there, and we all brought our sticks and shit, and like
Cody played on pad though.
I know, and he was like talking shit. Like, you guys all fucking think you're good with those sticks. Like, he's like, you fucking suck. And I remember, like, I called him out. I was like, dude, I'll fucking body you right now, dude. And he beat the living shit out of me in front of everybody, dude.
What?
It was so bad. But he was a nut, dude.
Oh, he was crazy.
He was so crazy. He was my fucking kryptonite, bro. If I couldn't beat anybody, it was fucking Cody, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know why,
because when we first started playing, this is Cody Grubbs.
Yeah. Another Cody.
Yeah, because I think like when you first start playing with someone a lot, you can really get in their head.
You can learn their tendencies too. Like, oh man, and he had a way of just like getting under your skin. I remember one day I went to his house with his brother, and me, him, and Cody played all like maybe like 5-hour session. And by the end of it, Cody was just like, "Why'd you say anything, dude? You mad?" I was like, so mad, bro.
Did you ever beat him though?
I fucking got him a couple times, but like,
if you played him now, you fucking.
I would fucking murder him. Now.
Yeah, he doesn't
like,
play anymore because he's
man,
scared.
dude. Like, yeah, there was a time where like we started getting so good that he just stopped.
I remember the last time he played, I was talking shit, and we sat down and played at his house one time when he was living in the apartments. By the Circle K.
Yeah, dog. That's where I played him too,
dude. I don't think he ever played again after that. I fucking mollywopped him. Dog.
That's so sick, man.
Like, fuck. Well, that matchup was that's
a hard fucking.
That's
matchup.
a rough one. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
but yeah, because I remember I used to play Drew all the time, and we'd have the best games, dude. Me and Drew would fucking go 50-50 all the time, dude. Like, so I always felt like I had a good like matchup knowledge with.
Drew was Cody. A lot better than Cody was.
Yeah.
Too.
But there's something about a nut, dude. Like,
oh, I never played good against people like that were crazy. That's like my dude. I can't do it. It's
I just can't plan for fucking crazy.
It's like
dude.
when I was learning how to play, I was learning how to play against.
That would be me sucking. If I couldn't.
No, I suck playing. I suck playing against crazy people. Like I'm not good at it.
No.
And it's just like a.
It pisses me off.
No, I mean, and that's what like.
I wish I was better. Dude.
You know, that's been a big criticism against me for a long time. It was like, you know, I'd always get fucking like Richard would get so mad at me. He's like, "Why can't you play against fucking people that suck? You know what they're gonna do?" I was like, "I do, but like they're just random as fuck, and it just gets me, dude. Like,
I think they're gonna do one thing, they do another thing, and it literally starts breaking me down to a point where it's like I can't even try anymore. Like I just literally." Just keep get fucked, dude. I'm like, I can't even.
But like, I think it all came down to like when we first started playing. Like, I was playing against like really like everyone was trying to be really like methodical.
Definitely.
And like we were trying, or we're giving our best effort to not do random shit. Like we were really trying to learn fundamentals. Like don't jump, don't do like, don't just do random punishable shit.
Yeah.
Don't just do random punishable shit with no meter to cancel or anything. Like
Don't
no one would do
ultra.
that. So like I always learned how to play against someone who would never take that like risk, and then you play someone who only does risky things and doesn't. They're not defensively sound.
Definitely.
So like they're just doing just crazy ass bullshit, and it just throws me off guard, dude. And I'm just like, fuck, I don't know what to do about this. And I just keep getting just caught with dumb shit, and I'm just like, fuck, it pisses me off. I would lose like to people like all the time. But and then the better they were, the better I would perform.
Exactly.
So like, you know, if I was playing some random Balrog, it would be scary. But if I was like playing Kino, it'd be last game, last round, and it would be like just because he did some like crazy Kino eye shit through a fucking fireball, and I'm like, no one could do that but you. Good job. You know what I mean? Good shit. But like, you know, the more nutty they are, the harder it was for me to deal with.
I don't know why that makes me mad, but it's just.
I know, because I always get clowned on. Richard be like, you know, they fucking are gonna do dumb shit, because he was really good at playing against dumb.
I know.
He was super good at it. And I was like, how do you do that shit? I mean, like, I think it's because he played online a lot. I never played
online, but man, it's still hard, bro. That's where my biggest frustrations would come.
So, like, a lot of these things I would never see before. Like, it would be something that I didn't think was even... I didn't think anyone would do it. But apparently, if you played online, you saw, like... That's something that you were expecting, but, like, it would be the most just random shit. I'd be like, what? Who does that? I'm like, what? And I was like, oh, come on. Why are you getting hit by that? I'm like... Why am I getting hit by? I didn't even think that was like a thing. Like, what the fuck? You're just doing something that's like -2 and then just EX like fucking what's it called? Yeah. Everywhere just like, what? They only have one bar? Like, what are you doing? That's fucking stupid as fuck. Like, and they're expecting you maybe to have a hard time punishing it because it's laggy or something.
Definitely.
And it's like, damn, that shit's caught me the fuck off guard, man. I'm just like, that got me, dude. That got me good. Like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, there's something fucking weird about that, dude. How do you break that, dude?
I don't know. Play online.
I guess so, huh?
Play laggy ass shitty online. Figure out what the nuts do so you can get up. But also figure out, go to your locals and play people who don't play like that and figure out the different styles.
Definitely.
Because if you only play in person against people who are like defensively sound and don't do just absolute, just ridiculous shit, like it will kind of come back to like haunt you, because I would periodically take L's to people that I had no business listening to, just because it was just random as all get. You know what I mean?
That's demoralizing, bro.
Yeah,
that would be like, honestly, dude. We were talking about Dan the other podcast, and what did you do? A 1st to 10 with him? When we were at OFC. You were playing ST, I think it was.
Yeah.
I did a 1st to 7 with him in Street Fighter 4. And that was like my first, like, I broke the curse, dude.
You won, dude?
I won against him, dude. And I was like always afraid to play against somebody like that, dude. No, that was
kind of crazy.
Yeah, he was pretty fucking nutty, dude.
Crowns, dude. The best shoot I ever did was when the like Tournament of Legends 1 was happening, and they were doing that like who kept winning the qualifiers. Like I put like I like made a fake one and it said like OFC crowns on it, DJ. And it was I put it on the OFC thread back in the day, the mixed multimedia thread, dude. It was so funny. I wish I still had that shit. Was godlike, dude. That shit was so funny. That whole thing, dude. That shit. If that thing got dug up, we'd all get canceled for the shit. Jesus Christ.
Damn, bro.
We were bad, dude. That shit was funny as hell, though.
Yeah, those were the days, dude. Fucking SRK, bro. Fucking.
You know what I was thinking about when I was like looking back on the whole Chris G thing? Was like something like that kind of happened to me when I was in high school about this paper I wrote in 10th grade English class, and Vincent helped me write it, and it was like let me see if I can remember this shit because it was pretty funny. This is a good story. But like it was this short story. I'm sure you can find it. It was called Everyday Use. I don't know if you had to read it in 10th grade, but we read it. It was about like a, an African family, which was like a kind of like a matriarchy. It was like a mother and a daughter, and they lived. I think the time period was like maybe like Vietnam-ish era, because like it was like supposed to be like the mother was like a descendant of slaves, and she grew up in these like in this house, and I don't know, they had a house, and they were the oldest daughter had I can't remember the story. She had like a scar on her arm that like she was like ashamed of or something. I can't remember what it was about, but the scar part. But like the younger daughter, like, you know, she had a little bit better of a life, and she went into college, and she came back, and like it's kind of weird because there's like a parallel to all this like woke bullshit, dude. Because like she comes back from college, and she's just like a fucking communist or something. Holy and like shit, and she's just like she's coming back in like a traditional like something that someone from fucking like Black Panther would wear, you know, like the one like the, you know, it's like the dress of like a African, like, you know, they like those garbs that are like, she got like a really cool fancy looking thing with a little hat and shit. She comes back and she's dressed like that, and the sister is just like, who the fuck is this bitch? Like, is this my sister? Like, what the fuck? Like, and then the mom's all impressed by like how educated she is and like the success of the family, and then the other sister's like hella salty that like she didn't get any opportunities like this, and like, but she's also like kind of recognizes the like bullshit that the sister's like peddling all this like nonsense, like speaking in like fucking like African and shit, and she's like, bitch, we're from fucking like where, you know, wherever they are. He's like, you're fucking American, like, get the fuck. It's kind of a crazy story, like, damn, like bro. The story's crazy. Anyone should read this shit, because I swear there's something to learn from it. It's not a complete waste of time. It's a good story. Okay. But it kind of ends on this cliffhanger, because the whole thing is that it turns out that the daughter just comes back to get this like quilt that like her great grandmother made like during like slavery times. It's like it's like the family's like greatest like heirloom. It's this like hand stitched quilt that was made during like fucking slavery days, pretty much. And the younger daughter the older daughter realizes that she comes back just to get the fucking quilt, to like virtue fucking signal to all her friends like at university, like, this is my quilt that my great grandmother made like while she was enslaved, like in the, you know, just like and the older sister's just like, fuck this bitch, dude, like that should be my fucking blanket, like I'm gonna be living here when mom leaves, like you're probably gonna go somewhere else, like that's mine, this dude. Should be mine, like. And then it kind of ends like she's walking up to her to like pretty much like say something or do something. You don't know if she's gonna like give her the blanket or like tell her to fucking kick rocks. Damn. And it just ends like abruptly, and then the paper was for us to like write one more like section of like the book to like see to like play it out, you know. What did she do? Does she tell her sister to like fucking get like rocks, you go woke get broke, motherfucker? Like, you know, or like is she gonna be like, here, like you'll be able to like, I don't know. There was like, you know, they were trying to like encourage you to like be
critical thinking and all this.
No,
shit.
They were just trying to encourage you to like be woke. No. Like just think of a situation that would play out, and like what do you think about it? And I wrote the funniest shit. Like it was just a bit. Like it was like a borderline like low tier god like heel story. It was the funny. It had a lot of misspelt words on purpose, and fucking, I guess in today's standards it could have been kind of misrepresented as like fucking misinterpreted as like maybe like the most racist fucking thing of all time. But it was funny. Like even, you know.
Is this the I put me hands in me pocket?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, bro. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah,
I know exactly.
And, yeah, so you even know, though. This is I don't think I've ever even told you this shit, but we used to say that all the time.
Yeah, we would.
And no, I think you did know, because then I wrote this paper and it was pretty funny. Like, it was pretty good, and I got like a D- on it. My teacher was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life." And I was just like, "Hey man, like,
You told me to tell you what I thought."
No, it's not what I thought. I thought that would be. It was clear to me that it wasn't gonna end well with the blanket. Like, that chick wasn't gonna go down without a fight. And essentially, like, she punks, in my story, she like punks the fuck out of her little sister and keeps it. And I thought it was badass. And
oh fuck.
And I kind of got shit on for it. My teacher was like, "What the fuck is this nonsense? Like, you're an idiot." She's like, "You're a fucking idiot." And I'm like, "Whatever, man. It's just funny." Because I like that character. I saw where she was coming from.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this bitch comes to university and all of a sudden she like...
That's her blanket now?
Now she needs that blanket more than I do. It's like, you're going to have a fucking...
Yo, I'm fucking cold over here, dog.
Yeah. Like... fucking real ass story, dude. That's all I'm going to say, okay? But,
oh my god, dude.
I probably shouldn't even be saying this shit. But whatever. The time goes on and me and the Mrs. Peterson... get in like a little spat months later. Like, this paper is like, it might as well be like ancient fucking history. You know what I mean? I don't even remember I fucking wrote this
for
shit.
a week. They had some time to like sift through the papers.
It's funny because this paper is still somewhere. I printed an extra copy of it and it's at Vincent's house somewhere. I'm sure I could find it and like it'd be fucking
It'd be the best if we could like read it on here, dude.
Hopefully not. I'd probably get canceled for some stupid shit in there. Like, whatever. It doesn't matter. But the point is that that shit was epic, dude. That shit was fucking good. Like, I don't give a fuck what I said. But I didn't think about this before I started talking about it. But months later, like, the next day after that little spat, we had like an argument in class.
Yeah.
And like, I think it was about holes or something. Like, I was just
the
like,
fucking best book.
I was just like going off on some fucking thing. I pissed her off. Whatever. And then I get the next day. You know how it's like one day you have class and the next day you have a different class?
Yeah.
So the next day I just randomly get called into the principal's office, like in the middle of a class. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? And I sit down. And the teacher's like, I'm just sitting. The principal's like, I'm just looking at this paper you wrote, everyday use about. I'm like, what? I was like, I wrote that fucking like months ago. And they're like, there's still some like interesting things in here that the teacher brought to my attention. Because like it had to do with the gun. Okay, there was a fucking gun in the story, and apparently you can't fucking write anything about a gun because it's like. You can't draw a gun. Remember, like in middle school, there was some kid who like drew a stick figure with a gun. He got like shot by the police or something. Like,
there's a kid with a gun. They're like, where? They're like pointing the paper. They're
shut
like,
that dog up.
That's fucking real, though.
Yeah. So like, apparently, she like revenged like. She was mad that like I fucking like got her. I had like a gotcha moment in the middle of a class, and months like later, and then the next day, somehow I'm in the principal's office for something I did like months before, and I was just thinking about the whole Christian thing, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude? You can't be fucking pulling up old shit."
Nah, dude.
Like, I don't know. It doesn't really have anything to do with it, but I did want to cancel myself, so I brought up this fucking terrible story. Like, oh, shit's too good, dude.
Shout out to fucking high school, dude. Shout out to creativity, dude.
She's like, what? Why are you talking about? Why would she have a gun, Rico? I'm like, she didn't want to give up the blanket, dude. Like, why would she have a gun? I was like, I don't know. Yeah, no, it was a funny story, dude. I mean, it didn't end in like. A fucking 187 or some shit. It was just a fucking. She fucking punks the shit out of her and takes the blanket, dog.
Like, kiss the steel, dude.
It was just like over my fucking dead hands, dude. Like my cold dead hands. And I ain't fucking giving this blanket up for nothing, dude. I was like, damn, it's fucking. That was a cool story.
You get this blanket when you're 6 feet under, dude. You just like.
Dude, it was epic as fuck, dude.
That's pretty funny, dude.
But yeah. So like.
I wish I would have done something cool like that.
No, nah, you don't wish. You don't wish you did that.
I was just like never creative. I just like didn't do the homework instead. I was just like, yeah, like didn't graduate high school, bro.
High school was interesting.
It was, man.
Yeah.
High school, bro.
Yep.
Good times. Good teachers, dude.
I wish I could do it all over again. I'd fucking study.
Yeah, I would change it around, dude. I would do some.
I mean, like, not that I want to be like I like my life the way it turned out and everything, but like, it would have been nice to like not have to teach myself like all the grammar I know today is due to like my own pursuit of like education because I was completely failed by the system.
Yeah, my grammar's pretty bad, dude.
But no, I'm serious. Like, all grammar that I know to this day is self-taught.
Yeah.
Like, I did not retain anything from school. Like,
oh, no,
not
dude.
one goddamn thing.
No, I'm the same way, bro.
Spelling, like...
Oh, I misspell words all the time. I mispronounce words all the time.
Like, if there's a word that's kind of hard to spell that I know how to spell today, it's because I looked it up and like, taught myself how to fucking spell it. Like...
Yep. Shout outs to fucking Mississippi, dog. That one fucking took me a fucking...
And it's hard. MISSISSIPP.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So, like...
Because you come up with like a little jingle about it and shit.
MISSISSIPPI. Yeah. But,
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
dude.
no, it's crazy, man. Like, higher education, dude. Like, what are they teaching these fucking people nowadays, dude? I don't know.
Fucking how to virtue signal and how to like...
cancel your teacher for fucking thinking that it's
teaching
fucked
you
up.
about some part of history.
Did you ever hear about the fucking the weirdest story I heard of all that shit was the Evergreen University thing where like they were like, let's have a day where we like force all white people like not to come to school. And this teacher was just like, hey guys, this is like kind of fucked up. And they're just like, like they like threatened to kill him and shit, like chased him off campus and they had to like resign. It was a crazy story.
It's so funny because
he's just like, why are we like, what are we doing?
What happened? Okay, this is gonna be really wrong right now. I have a feeling I'm gonna get canceled for this. But do you remember when anyone that was like, when all the Mexican people walked out of school?
Yeah.
What was that for? Because I was stuck in the middle being a fucking Mexican whitey, dude. I had like one side of me wanted to go, dude, and the other side was like being held back by all these teachers. They were like, you better not go, dude.
I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
And I was talking, me and Megan were doing something, and she was trying to tell me to do something, and I like was like, I'm gonna fucking walk with them, dude. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm going out with them, bro. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, you don't know, dude. Like, I was like being all stupid, but I was like, why did they do that? I don't even really remember.
You know,
Mexican independence or something? I forget.
No.
No.
It was like something that happened like at the time.
Okay.
And it was organized.
It was
at the time.
Crazy, I remember.
I don't even think it was local. I think it was national.
Oh yeah. It was a
like,
big deal.
It was
dude.
like everyone ditch on this. Not ditch. Well, yeah.
But walk out. They were just like.
Yeah, it was a walkout.
Yeah.
Of all. I think it was like a day without a Mexican thing, dude. Wasn't it?
It might have been.
Which like that just like. It like didn't work the way I wanted to.
No,
it just like made the classroom size smaller and like you just learned better because there weren't so many fucking people. That's the problem with the education system. It was a fucking 80 kids in a classroom.
Yeah.
And the teachers.
And one teacher's supposed to teach
the
all
teachers
of them?
Are like disincentivized to like give any more than like 10 seconds to any one kid who's having a hard time. It's like there's one kid who's like, I just don't get it. Like, and they're just like, oh, here, let me help you. They just go over it one more time and they're like, I still need help. And they're just like, sorry, bitch. Like,
you don't get it?
Yeah, it's like maybe you're just not cut out for this shit.
Yeah, I don't think
they just give you like a little box of razors. You're just like, shit's fucked out.
No, man, it really, it was fucking hard, bro. Yeah, I kind of felt like I was that student. Yeah. I like needed a little bit more of like a hands-on approach, dude, and they just weren't fucking helping me out, bro.
I was just bored and fucking this.
Well, for sure.
I wasn't very interested.
I just wanted to skate, play WoW, fucking do cool shit, dude. I didn't give a fuck about school. I was like,
it wasn't good though. I don't think it. I think one of the best things that anyone can benefit from is like an emphasis on education. You know what I mean? That's why like Asian Americans like do so good. Like
yeah,
you know, they're like technically a like minority and disenfranchised in the racist United States of America, yet like they like average income, household income of Asian people like are higher than like any other, like more than white people, more than fucking anyone, like, and it's like it's because they're smarter or some shit. It's like maybe their parents just like make them fucking do good in school, and if they don't, they get
appreciate the quest for knowledge. Really,
well, I don't know. I mean, it might. I mean, they might argue that they might just be like, no, it's like just an emphasis on education, because a lot of times it's not like it's not necessarily like from a place of appreciation. Like I've heard horror stories from fucking Asian people who were like, dude, my parents like it was not an option, bro. I'd get fucking murked if I didn't.
There was a girl that murdered her mother and father for that. She like just wanted to. She had a boyfriend that was into drugs and, you know, partying, and they were like, no, you're going to be like a doctor, you're going to go to school and do all this stuff, and she didn't want to live that life, so she lied to her parents. She dropped out and said that she was going to school and all this shit, and they like found out and pretty much took her whole life away from her, and she hired some people to come by and like kill her parents, dude.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard this before.
Her boyfriend and these guys tied him up in the garage, and they like acted like they tied her up too, and they like shot her, so she looked like she was part of like being killed or like. And
they found out that it was a work.
Bro.
Oh my god!
They found out, dude, because she was just a young kid, so she slipped up a couple times, and yeah, it was the craziest shit though.
Dude, that's fucking wrong, dude.
You know,
you can't be fucking killing.
And she was trying to argue like I did it because my tiger parents, they were just too brutal on me. And it's like, yeah,
they're just trying to
make you have a better
look, man.
life, dude. Like,
look, I can understand where I can see that could be a problem, because like there's all these expectations and you're not fucking. But at least your parents, you know, you could argue this. You know, maybe they would argue that's like, hey, they don't fucking love me at all. They just want to make sure that they're okay. So they're going to force me to do all this shit so I can fucking take care of them. But like, that's kind of the culture. Like in like Hispanic and Asian cultures, like you don't send your fucking parents off to the old folks home like the fucking white people do. You know what I mean? You got to take care of your own fucking family. And like, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think that's kind of a good thing. Like, elderly people should be respected more than they are. Like, in our society now, look at Biden, dude, when he was running for president. They're like, this old fucking piece of shit, like, fuck this son of a bitch. Like, he's just, like, it's just like ageist, you know what I mean? It's like, they're just being mean towards old people. I don't know if
you saw him fall up the stairs like 5 times.
No, but like, you know what I mean? Like, look, I mean, can he, like, barely string together a couple sentences that without, like, some fumble? It's like, yeah, but, like, but like to just sit there and be like, no, but to like discriminate against an old person just because they're old, like that's fucked up. But like, you can't be doing that kind of shit. But that's like the last form of like, that is like the last form of like, everyone is socially acceptable just to shit on old people because they're old. It's like, that's crazy. Like, we shouldn't be doing that shit. Like, I think once
you get old too, there's a lot of medical problems that happen, diabetes, like it turns into a big thing, like where that happened with our grandmother, dude, and we had to send her to a home because we couldn't medically take care of her. If she didn't eat a meal.
No, yeah, of course. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like, you know,
not everyone dies gracefully.
In different, yes, it's true. But in like in other cultures, and this they might. I mean, I'm not saying they're right or wrong. I'm just saying that there's something good there. It's that, like, you know, you don't just disenfranchise old people as soon as their use is up. Definitely. Like, as soon as it's like, oh, we can't, you know, like.
Wasn't that a thing, though?
It's not really an option in, like,
in Japanese culture where they would wander off in the forest to, like, not burden their family or something like that, though?
I don't know. I've never heard that before.
Well, isn't that what, like, Jake Paul got?
That's like, a suicide forest. No, people go there to kill themselves.
Well, yeah, but I heard a lot of older people would do that so they wouldn't burden their families. Maybe you'd have to like take care of them, you know.
Maybe
because that's a full-time job, bro.
Maybe that might be a like a it probably is. I don't know if you heard it. It's I'm not gonna assume that you're fucking lying.
Said that in the Jake Paul thing, like it was like, but I really don't even know. I just thought that was crazy. You know what I mean? Like I was like, damn,
it's a different way to look at it.
That's
You know,
nutty, dude.
the history of ritual suicide in like the Japanese culture is pretty long standing, and it, you know, it has its grasps on some of the, especially the older generation of people. So who knows? It could be true, but I mean, if you really want to do it, you just like do the New Year's Eve mochi thing and just like choke to death like every other old person does. That's who, you know, every New Year's Day in Japan, there's like hundreds of fucking people that just get
mochied out.
Yeah, they like, it's tradition to eat mochi on New Year's, so like these old person, they're like, here, eat this mochi, and like they're chewing on it and they like try to swallow it and it just like gets stuck in their throat and they die. It's fucked up to laugh about that.
That's
shit.
So crazy.
But look it up, it's real. I'm not making this shit up. It's like a thing. But what were we talking about? The fuck? Education. Look, man, you really want to do better for your family, and if you ever have kids, dude, if anyone watching this ever has kids, it's probably not likely because fucking, let's face it, like, let's get real here.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna fucking have kids probably. Like,
I might. We'll see.
Okay, well,
little baby boy dogs running around, dude.
Go like observe like the most strict fucking parents and like ones that were successful and like indoctrinating their children into like a lifetime of education and like higher education, and just force that shit upon you. Even if they fucking hate you, dude. Even if your kid's just like, I fucking hate you, be like, no, fuck that. Like, do your fucking... My parents didn't give a flying fuck. And, you know, they can sit there and be like, it's brutal. Your family expects so much from you, and you can't fucking be who they... You know, you feel all this pressure, and you can't do it, and then it's just depressing and all this shit. It's like... But you gotta at least appreciate the fact that they're even like thinking that you can succeed.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like a parent being overbearing on, like, if they get a parent that never gets disappointed in you, that is like a fate much worse than someone who's always disappointed in you because they think highly of you, or they, you know, that, just think about that shit for a second. It's like, before you fucking hire a hitman to like shoot you in the shoulder and murder your fucking parents, think that maybe it's not a bad thing that your parents think highly enough about you that you wouldn't fail, like, they think they put enough faith in you that you can do the things that they, you know what I mean? Like, that's a compliment. In my mind, sure. I'm like, wow, I probably would have benefited greatly. But I mean, don't get me wrong, my parents didn't, like, they didn't, you know, I would disappoint them, but like, in some cases, but they'd also be like good, you know, every once in a while, not very often, but because I always had to work with them and do all this shit, and like, after, you know, I fucking put in like all this effort and shit, they'd be like, thank you and good job and all that shit. So like, at least I got that like positive reinforcement of like, oh, you know, like, you do good. Yeah, good job. You fucking, we didn't have to like hire a Mexican to like resod this yard. Like, we got our like 10-year-old child to do it. We got free. Our own little Mexican right here, dude. Like, they like take me to a fucking Home Depot parking lot and like, we'll be back in 5 minutes. They drive around the block and come back and like, hey! What the fuck are you guys doing? They're like, get in the back, Mexican. I'm like, oh shit. You got your sandwich and chips. You're like, what? And then when it came to payment, they give me $5. Take me to swap meet, like, bought a nugget.
Like fucking bang bus, they just like kick you out and like drive away. Yeah, like take a piss and like, yeah, I just piss right there, dude. Like, this shit's so good, dude. Oh my god, dude. God, but the craziest part about that Tiger Parents murder, the dad lived. Like, as soon as it happened, he like screams. He got shot in the head and survived, and ran out the front door and got the neighbors and shit. It was so crazy, dude. Bro.
I never heard this before.
Yeah, the girl's first name was Jessica, and the last name started with a P. Puang or something like that. Look that up on YouTube, boys. That shit was fucking a trip. Because the way she tries to lie about it, police interrogations are crazy to me, dude. Because the moment you think you can win...
Those are the best, dude.
God damn,
you ever watched the best episode of Cops I ever watched? I know I'm probably going to cancel for saying I used to watch Cops, but there was an episode of Cops.
I fucking loved Cops,
It was fucking godlike, dude. I bet you they're mad because we're just screaming the F word. They're like little kids over there.
Maybe.
They're just like, stop it, please. Maybe we need to like tone us down. I'm going to put like...
Fuck that.
Okay, so this episode of Cops was epic. Like, it didn't even tell you what was going on. It would just the episode was insane. Like, it just it came. These cops showed up, and there was like a dead body there, and you're like, what the fuck? And it's like, damn, it must have been like a murder or a suicide or something. And then the wife is like crying, like, my husband's dead, my husband's dead. They're like, okay, like it's okay, all this shit. And then it would cut to them bringing in her. It was like, we're gonna bring you in for like a questioning thing later, like all this stuff. And then it just showed the husband alive, and you're just like, what's going on? Like, this episode's weird. And he's like, why don't you tell us like what happened? He's like the police had a sting for a hitman. And the wife like reached out and got a hold of him, and they faked him.
I did see that.
They like faked him getting killed, and the wife was crying and lying about all this shit. And then while they're interrogating him, like they start asking all these questions, and she starts getting all mindfuck, and then they just have the husband walk in.
Yeah, I have seen
The
that.
husband walks in, he's just like, "What's up?" He's like, "You surprised to see me, bitch?" Like, you're just like, "Oh shit." He's like, "Why'd you want to get me killed, huh?" He's like, "What's up, dude? Like, you couldn't just talk about it? Like, you're gonna have to kill me?" I was like, oh my god, this is the most epic shit I've ever seen.
That was the most.
Because it didn't really
unreal
explain to you
thing.
what was going on. It was kind of like you had
They kind of left you in the dark, like they left her in the dark.
I was like, what the fuck? This guy's alive? I was like,
That's
what are we
so
watching
crazy,
right now,
bro?
I was like, what are we watching? Like, what is this?
So that
show?
might have had to been the second best episode, because the first best episode of Cops
Okay.
was the fucking guy that sold this like white dude fucking drugs.
Okay.
And like it's a sting operation, and they tell the guy, they catch the guy who bought the drugs from the dude, and they're like, how much did you buy? And he's like, $40 worth. And they're like, what bills? He's like, 220s and 210s. And they're like, all right. And they like arrest the drug dealer, and they're like,
220s and 210s.
yeah, $40. 120 and 210s. My bad,
Okay.
my bad.
I was like, that's 50 bucks.
Come on. So they arrest this black gentleman for selling the drugs to him, and he's like, what am I being arrested for? And they're like, selling drugs. He's like, I don't sell drugs, man, I do drugs. Like, he's like freaking out and shit. Like, they pull the white guy out, and they're like, is this the guy? And he's like, yeah, dude. And there's like, you have a 20 and 210s in your wallet? And he's like, nah, man, like, that's my money, dude. And they like take it out, and they're like, we're taking this for evidence. And he's like, not my last $40, man. He's like, I need that $40. Like, it was the best episode. Like, he's just freaking out over this $40, dude. He's like, you can arrest me and everything, but I need that $40, man. Like, it was so fucked up, dude. Like,
That is fucked up.
oh, it was the funniest shit though, because it was so random. It didn't tell you anything. Like, you don't know what you're walking into, and he just keeps talking about this $40. Like, it was so fucking bad shit for some reason, dude. I was like, shout outs to Cops, dude. Like, what did we learn from this? Like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
Yeah, the show was.
Oh, it was pretty bad,
very
dude.
poorly fucking produced. And
Bad,
like fucking what's it
dude.
called shit. Every once in a while it'd be a crazy.
It's like,
episode.
is that the biggest crime going on right now? Is this guy making a $40 drug deal? Like what's going on, guys? Like, I was freaking out. I was like, isn't there a bigger drug dealer? Like,
the fucked up part is that guy probably got arrested and put in prison for like
hell yeah,
20 fucking years.
Oh,
or some
dude.
shit. And you're just like,
never saw that $40 again. Probably fucking lost everything, bro. A job, his fucking. It's crazy, dude.
yeah. I mean,
That's the thing about drugs. It's like, I get that they're bad.
but like throwing people in prison and throwing the key away for like
Yeah.
a low level.
$40, dog. Like, I was like, you kidding me right now? Like,
Hey man, fucking thank Joe Biden's crime bill for that shit, dude. They fucking
my
they put
gosh.
people in prison and threw the goddamn keys away for like low level marijuana offenses and shit. Like,
well, it's a gateway drug, bro.
Yeah, sure.
It's a gateway. It's a gateway to crime, dog.
No,
You know, you can't smoke weed without being a criminal, bro. That's the fucking truth, dude.
no, I mean, I don't smoke, but I don't think that. I don't. Nah, I think they should just legalize all. I mean, I don't know. Let's see what Portland happens in Portland.
Yeah,
but I don't think it'd be a good case study because Portland's already like burning to the fucking ground.
yeah,
So
that's
like,
true too.
you can't sit there.
More roaches thrown out the fucking window, dude. Like
I don't know if you should just legalize everything, but I think maybe there should be some like clinical settings where you can go and you can get free or not free, but you can buy like legit, not fuck tamper with or cut with other bullshit,
fucking
like,
bullshit,
clean. Because like real heroin, like you're not gonna die from taking.
No,
you're not
all the shit that they.
You're not gonna die
right?
from taking it. It's like the most benign side effects. Like yes, like you can get fucking addicted to it, but like you're not gonna fucking have an overdose of pure fucking heroin. You could take like fucking insane amounts of it, and it just will fuck you up, but it's not gonna kill you. And then, but in the process, you kind of like teach them like how to like if you want to change your life, you can get off of this shit. We'll help you out. And like it, you know, other countries that have done it have shown pretty good results as far as like overall.
Well, there's not much of a rehabilitation. You know what I mean? It's like you either go to jail or you choose to opt out of this fucking sober living, and then you just do drugs there, dude. You know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, we gotta do something. It's a big problem. I think more people died of overdoses last year than from the coronavirus stuff.
Well, even
think
alcohol,
about that.
Even alcohol, bro. Alcohol's a fucking killer, bro. Like it's plagued my whole family, dude. We have people right now that.
Oh, yeah, alcohol's as bad as anything.
You know,
if anything, it's fucking.
And it's legal, bro. That's the legal one, dude.
Yeah, well, it's because there's a lot of money involved. And, you know,
it's fucking a trip, dude.
It's a trip. It's a trip.
It really is.
It's
dude.
a trip, especially compared to like weed. It's like
I know.
It's not.
It's crazy too because
I'd rather have someone, you know, like.
Would you rather drive with
drunk
somebody
people
high
are
or
the
drunk?
worst,
Yeah,
dude. They are the worst. Like, if someone's high, it's whatever. I don't give a shit.
But if you were gonna get into a
dude,
car with somebody,
I can't, huh?
If you were gonna get into a car with somebody, would you rather them be drunk or high, dude?
Gun to my head. I'd rather have them be high, straight up.
Yeah, no, that's the truth. Sometimes, like
the drunk person's driving with like one eye closed.
Yeah,
like, I do this all the time.
I have to compensate, dude. Yeah.
I can drive better with one eye closed. You're just like, just fucking.
You know, it's crazy. I don't condone smoking weed and driving, but I don't think it's as bad like as people make it out to be. I've never seen somebody high, like unless they fell asleep at the wheel, like hit parked cars or you know what I mean? Like it's like I've never really heard that before. I've seen drunk motherfuckers hitting parked cars and fucking sideswiping fucking shit, and you know it's crazy.
No, you have to be like on like hundreds of milligrams of edibles.
Or my god, yeah. And edibles a whole different. That's a different.
You have to be pretty. You had to be tripping pretty hard.
And I think most people. That's the shout outs to the paranoia. Most people aren't gonna fucking do that because you're paranoid. You know. If you know you gotta drive, you're not gonna fucking put yourself in a position like that.
You have anxiety and freaking
out. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But I don't think alcohol should be as free roamed as it is, man. Some people should. And the crazy
everyone's breaking the law whenever they get behind the wheel. But people do it, man, and they don't ever learn the thing is about like.
That's why you drink at home.
Look, dude. Drink at home, straight up. Everyone I've known that's gotten a DUI, which is more than I can count on my fingers. Okay, I've known a lot of people. Definitely. They still drink and drive. Mm-hmm. They did not learn anything. Yeah. I don't think I've known anyone that's never drinking and driven after getting a DUI. So that just kind of shows you like it just does it work at all.
It does. My brother actually, he got one DUI and that was his last DUI. He does not drink anymore. He doesn't drive drunk. It's because he doesn't drink, but.
Oh, so he doesn't drink anymore.
He took that shit serious as a fucking heart attack.
So, but if you take away that, like now they're abstinent from fucking alcohol. Like
exactly.
If they still drink alcohol, I don't know anyone who still drinks alcohol that's gotten a DUI and doesn't drive drunk to this day. At least to a certain extent, they're not like getting blasted, but they're having enough to get a wet reckless and still getting behind the wheel and
it's like I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go to fucking Stone, I'm gonna go to this place, I'm gonna have a fucking meal, I'm gonna drink a couple beers, and then you're like, oh, I gotta fucking drive home. I just think that's the most like not irresponsible thing, but it's like just drink at home. I don't know. I just always felt that way. Like, just drink at home.
Yeah.
Go to the brewery, fucking eat a good meal or whatever. Fucking drink at home.
Why drive?
Yeah, or get an Uber. If you know you're gonna fucking drink, get someone who's a DD, which is rare nowadays. Who's gonna fucking DD for anybody, dude? Like, you know what I mean? Unless it's an
People
Uber.
don't even hang out anymore.
I just like, yeah, this is true. Yeah.
People don't even hang out anymore. Like, we're like the only two people that like are hanging out with each other now. Just kidding.
I know. No, there's people still hanging out, bro.
No, I know. There's a lot. In Florida, they're like they've been spring breaking
dude.
since COVID started. Dude. The crazy thing is the numbers.
Out,
the numbers there are just they don't make any sense, dude. They're like comparable to California, and we had like a super strict lockdown and all this shit, and they didn't do anything. They're like, you can wear a mask if you want, and it's just been crazy. It's like, what the fuck?
People just putting panties on their face and like going into Vons and shit. Like,
no, dude, I've heard like accounts of people saying they like were from another place. They went to Florida and they were like wearing a mask in like a supermarket, and like an old person like made fun of them. They're like, "Wow, what are you, gay?" Like,
yeah.
It's like, the fuck, dude? Like, I'm just trying to protect you.
Yeah,
like,
just trying to protect us all, dude.
Yeah,
like,
they're just like laughing at them. They're just laughing, like, and you're like, what the fuck?
I feel like that's a lot of people though. Like, I went to a liquor store the other day, and like this dude was just like, came in without a mask on, and I was like wearing a mask, and I was like, what the hell? And he's like, yeah, allergies, dude. Like, all these fucking people wearing masks, dude. It's fucking allergy season. He's like laughing and shit. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, I just think some people are fucking out of their minds, dude. Like, I'm wearing the mask because it's telling me to do so. I don't believe in wearing masks, but I'm gonna fucking wear the mask. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, and for people to just kind of like do whatever the fuck they want, it's just weird to me, dude. Like,
you don't believe the mask will help you at all?
I think it will help, but I think it's polite. So this is the case that I told some guy at my work.
So you're just saying that you're not that scared of coronavirus?
I'm not that scared, but I'm not going out a bunch of places. You know what I mean? I go to work, I go home. If I have to go to the store, I wear one. If I'm out and about, I'll wear one.
Yeah, so you're being responsible.
Being responsible as I can. But I was telling my coworker,
it's really weird when people just don't want to.
No, and this guy was telling me, he was like, "Don't you think it's funny that people are wearing masks?" And I'm like, no, I think it's kind of like good. And he's like, I heard that when this is all over, like some odd percentage of people are still gonna be wearing them. He's like laughing, and I was like, I think that's a good thing. And he's like, what? He like didn't understand. And I was like, listen, when you're at the DMV and there's that one fucking dick mouth fucking coughing up his lung, don't you think in your head like, man, I wish that guy was wearing a fucking mask, dude? You know?
Yeah, dude. No, I mean,
and people was like, oh, people in Japan wear masks. Yeah, because they're fucking respectable people that like really care about other people.
Look,
dude.
I'll
like,
tell you one thing. This shit works, dude. Okay,
it does.
It straight up works.
Totally
I was
does.
at a pepper lunch in Tokyo one time, and I was fiending pepper lunch. I needed it. I was like, it's my favorite meal to eat here. I'm going in. I go in there. The waitress chick, you put your order into a vending machine, and it gives you a ticket, and then you put the ticket in the thing, and they just give you water. If you can even get a refill, it's like a miracle. Japan fucking sucks fucking ass when it comes to getting a refill of water. But whatever, that's besides the point. I'm sitting there, and I give her my ticket, and I put the ticket out there, and this poor girl, dude, she's just like, she's got this mask on. She's like, she like goes and grabs the ticket. She like turns around. She like stumbles down the little walkway and like gives it to the chef. And I'm just like, I can't wait to get this fucking pepper lunch. And I didn't get sick. This bitch was like coughing on my food and everything. And I was just like, I don't really care if you're sick. Like, I just want to eat my goddamn pepper lunch. And like, it worked, dude. The fucking mask worked, dude.
I think they do work. I think that.
And they let her be sick like that.
I know.
In public.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you guys need to like rethink your like
COVID. That was like a thing. Like there was like people at my work that wouldn't ever take off,
even if they were sick.
They could be fucking dying, and they just be like, "Put me back in, dude." Like, what? Like,
put me back in, B. Like, I can do it. I can do it.
Like, go home, bro.
What the
like,
fuck are you talking about?
I can't lay in bed, dog.
Put
like,
me back in.
Yeah, I'm not even sick. You're like, what? Like,
nah, people. No. If nothing else, hopefully, we can learn how to just send people the fuck home when they're sick. Like, dude, go home. You don't fucking infect the whole
just
goddamn.
Just fucking chill at home, drink some soup.
We don't all need to get sick because
you have this work ethic that's just like, I can't stop a day in my life. Like,
look, I think that's admirable, to be honest, but I also don't think
I think it's admirable to fucking go home when you're sick, though, too.
That's true. Yes, there's something there. There's something to that. But yeah, no, I mean,
if anything, I think it should keep people thinking, am I being respectful of others?
Yeah,
because for a long time, I don't think a lot of people have been.
You know, when I'm at work, I saw some commercial. Someone sent it to me on like Facebook Messenger. It was like it's like this cowboy out like in the middle of nowhere, like pushing kettles, and he's got a mask on. He's like, I wear it for them. And I'm just like, nah, I ain't wearing no fucking mask when I'm out in the middle of nowhere.
No,
like I'm not doing that. I'm not wearing a mask when I'm driving my car down the freeway. It's
like
like
the fucking face shield and the gloves. You're just like,
and I'm not wearing fucking 2 masks. Like some people are saying to do, but
fucking 50 Tyson,
you know,
50 masks,
I do wear a mask everywhere I go, and it doesn't bother me one bit, and I don't feel like my fucking rights are being infringed upon. And shit.
My dad tried to argue that with me.
It's like you're fucking.
He's like, they're taking your rights away, dude. And I was like, my rights for what? I just want to get a soda at the 7-Eleven, dude. Like, I'm gonna wear the fucking mask.
No, dude, this shit is, and then it's just a lot of low information bullshit, dude. It's just a ton of.
The funniest Joe Rogan podcast has been Bill Burr's talking about the masks. And Joe was like, yeah, man. Like, it's like, he was trying to be like, you're wearing the mask still, dude? Like trying to clown.
He was fucking with him, though.
And Bill Burr was like, dude, what? Like, he's like, you were all about the mask fucking 2 weeks ago, bro. He's like, nah, I'm fucking tired of this shit, dude. He's like, it's like rollerblading, dude. Like, everyone's doing it. And then, like, 2 weeks later, you rollerblading. Someone's like, what are you, a loser, dude? He's like, we all rollerbladed, dude. Like, I was laughing so hard. I'm like, that's how I feel about it, dude. Like, some people are just like, they wear it when everyone was scared, but then once the like fear goes away, everyone's like, I don't believe in that shit.
I don't care. No, honestly, if I ever feel under the weather and have to go somewhere, I'll fucking wear one too.
Fuck yeah.
Even if once all this shit, once it's just another part of the fucking millions of things out in the atmosphere trying to kill us, just floating around. Like, but you can't think about shit like that because it's just
then you're dead already, dude.
It's debilitating.
Yeah,
if you fucking think about all the crazy shit that like every little sickness that can come, and then some people get real weird and they get real. Their life suffers greatly because they get too tripped out.
What's that called? Where people agoraphobia? Is that where you're like afraid of leaving the house?
Maybe, I don't know.
I wanna see a study on like how many people become agoraphobes after this, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you gotten vaccinated yet?
No, I have not.
I haven't gotten vaccinated yet. I should. I'm thinking about it. I'm just waiting
to...
I wanted to get the Johnson & Johnson one, and then I found out it was just like murking people. And then they were like, well, it's not murking guys. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's just killing women. Like, I can live with that. Like, it's like, I'm not a girl. Like, I can survive it. It's only one shot.
I think I'm just waiting.
But Will was telling me he got fucking
wrecked on that second
rocked by the second shot, dude. He's like, dude,
that's what I'm a little weird about. I don't know if I want to get wrecked by something like that, and I feel like I'm just waiting for enough people to get it to where they're just like, all right, we're good now. Like, no one else needs to get it.
You're a free rider, dude?
Yeah,
that's what it's called.
Hey man, like I've been free riding my whole life, dog. Like,
free rider, you don't have to take any of the risk, but you fucking
get all the rewards.
Be willing to reap all the benefits.
Yeah,
I mean, I might get it.
I don't get flu shots. I don't even really go to the doctor.
I was just kind of waiting to see which one kind of panned out to be like maybe the best one.
I think once things become more FDA approved or something, maybe then
how long that shit takes.
I know,
it's
but
not gonna
like,
happen anytime soon. Dude.
I'm just fucking.
That's one of the crazy things.
I don't know, man.
It's like, all the like right wing people are like anti-vax for some fucking stupid reason, or at least coronavirus one. Like, not all of them. I shouldn't say that, but a lot of them are. And it's like Trump was the one who did the whole like Operation Light Speed or whatever, and like pushed this whole fucking mRNA fucking tech, and even the other ones. Like, I don't know if AstraZeneca. I know that's not an mRNA type vaccine, but I don't know if actually America had anything to do with that shit. Maybe they did. Probably did. I don't know. We'll stop talking about fucking this stupid shit. But I'll get it once. I'll get it one day. I'll let all the old people get a chance at getting it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let all the people that need it to get it first, and then
there's just millions of doses sitting there. No one's taking it anymore. You're just like, please, guys, come. We're just like, just making sure every old.
The last one, dude. Once the last one gets knocked off the list, dude.
Look, I only have one comorbidity. I don't want to go there and they'd be like, oh, what are you here for? Like, what is your pre-thing that qualifies you for this? I'm like, BMI, bitch.
Yeah,
and that's like
Dylan bitch. Look at me, dude.
Yeah, BMI, bitch. Like, what are you fucking?
Just grab your titty. They're like, what do you need the vax
just
for?
Wipe my mouth.
Yeah.
Be like, you gonna
look at them, your undersweat. They're like, holy shit, dude. You're like, that's why, dude. Like, all the skin tags under your arm. You're like, look at that shit, dude. You can connect the dots on all these skin tags right here, dude. Like, I need help, dude.
What the fuck are you talking about, dog? That's the best. That's the best shit I've ever heard in my life, dude.
Oh my god.
That's on all these skin tags. What the fuck?
Okay. Holy shit, dude.
Are we gonna try and wrap this up?
I think we should wrap this up.
Let's just hold on. Let's just go back one more time and like put the end cap on the whole cancel culture fucking as FGC thing that we were talking about again. I just think it's a good thing that they're going case by case and reevaluating all these cancels that they did, because a lot of them are not indefinitely cancelable. Like, and I don't think any of them, other than the Mr. Wizard one, like I was kind of joking earlier about.
Yeah,
like,
that one's pretty.
That's pretty. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's not good. But you know, I don't know. It's interesting, man. There's a lot of. I was having a conversation. Maybe we should go down one more little rabbit hole.
Let's do it.
Someone brought up that like there's this the strawweight champion of the UFC is a girl.
Okay.
She's pretty young, and then her husband is like kind of older. Okay. And then someone was bringing up, like, I was watching one of my shows I like to watch, and someone asked it was like a live chat, the Luke Thomas fucking live chat. I used to be the editor of Bloody Elbow back in the day when I was like fucking hardcore fan, so I'm like, I always been a fan of his. But someone was asking him like, what about these allegations of this being like a thing of grooming, right? Like this being a grooming thing, like that he knew her when she first started coming in to train when she was like 15 and he was like 27 or 30 or something, and that, like, you know, he was, you know, this guy, some people are like, this is grooming. Like, he said in an interview that it was like love at first sight or some shit, and that like when she was 17 years old they started dating and it was all fucking weird and shit. But like, you look at their relationship and it seems like it's like a super good, healthy, like they really love each other and all this shit. And I was just
that doesn't matter if it doesn't fit people's fucing, you know what I mean?
And
like,
me and Oscar had this like big long discussion of like what, like, is there ever a case where like it could be on the outside, it could look like a, because I mean, like, someone could probably look at me and her relationship and be like, wow, she was 18, you were 23, like, you know, and like, you know, like you groomed her into like loving you, like all this bullshit. And she was giving me like the rundown of like what a basic like grooming situation is like, and I was like, yeah, no, like that's pretty nefarious. Like, this person is like preying upon someone. Like, it's not really.
Well, when you groom someone, you're really breaking them down and making them feel like there's no better choice or option. You know, I think that's how a lot of the grooming goes.
One thing she was saying was that like you you like give them a lot of like attention whenever maybe they're not getting any, and like you really like kind of prop them up.
Well, there's two different types. I think there's ones where you can see somebody's a victim and you can prey upon that. Or there's the other side of it where you can break somebody down who's strong a little bit, like through time, to where that weakens them to the point where they don't feel like they're.
It's like some mind manipulation.
You know what I mean? Yeah, right? Yeah. But like, there's because there was a guy I worked with at Abercrombie, who, same situation. He was a karate instructor. He had a student that was 17 at the time. I think he might have been 19, and he lost his job and got on the list for being a pedophile.
What?
The father found out about it and put a fucking shutdown on the whole thing and filed charges against this guy.
He was 19?
I think he was 19 at the time.
And she was
maybe 20. She was like 17 at the time.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't want to get into the fucking.
Well, it gets to a point where if some people feel a certain way, it doesn't matter if the people actually are in love or if, you know what I mean, if they're good together or good for each other. It's like in their eyes, the age is all they see. That's it. That's the fucking that's wrong. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I was just because I literally heard it in the live chat and I was just sitting there thinking about it because I was like, the ages I was listening to it and I was like, fuck, like that's pretty bad. Like he's like actually way older, but he doesn't look that much older than her. But like you hear and I was just like, damn, that's kind of crazy. But I always like saw their like, I've been fucking a fan of them for a long time. So like I saw their relationship and he kind of quit his MMA career just to like be a coach of hers like full time and like, you know, dedicate all the time into like having her like level up the most because he's like, I'm never gonna be champion, but you could be the best fucking 115-pound fighter. I think you are the best. You know what I mean? So he like just put his whole career on halt, retired just to like help her.
To groom this girl.
Yeah, to groom this girl and just fucking, you know, her life is in complete shambles now. You know, he's in a manipulative relationship.
What a fucking piece of shit.
She's got the belt. You know, she's the best in the world, but I mean, at a cost. Like, you know, no. I mean, I was just sitting there. And I was like,
I feel you, dude.
But I was sitting there and I was like, I was asking. I was like, there's no situation where an older person could like see someone and just like they could see. I could just imagine it, right? There's this younger female. Let's just put it because that's always where it gets the grossest.
Definitely.
It's always the grossest.
Definitely.
You know, a younger female who is in a very bad situation, and this person recognizes how bad the situation is for them and tries to like, you know, take them out of that situation, get them in a better place, like get them in a secure place, give them time to flourish and put them in a spot where they can learn and educate themselves and have a normal life, coming from some really fucked up, maybe, you know, abusive place. And then, you know, what if the girl falls in love with the guy who like was like a savior figure to her or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but is she loving you for the right reasons, I guess, is what people think, right? Like, does she love you because she loves you, or does she love you because you like... You know what I mean? I guess that's the argument, too.
But, like,
does she love this guy because she really loves him? Or
she doesn't have a fucking say in it? She doesn't have a say in it?
I mean, maybe.
You're just going to be like, no, bitch, you're brainwashed. This guy actually was just trying to hit it. He was trying to hit it from the beginning. He took you out of that fucked up situation, gave you a fucking life worth living, and now you're realizing that he was just...
You could say that anyone meeting anyone, regardless of age, is grooming then, right? Like, because you're like fucking trying to like let them like...
Oscar was trying to say that it has to be done early, because then like if it's like a first love type thing, there's like a certain sense of like unrational thinking in like a first love. Like you will absolutely not think rationally. So like someone could really take advantage of that if like this person has never like been in a serious relationship and you just like
true.
That. And I was like, okay, I respect that, because that's kind of true. Like when you're the first crush you ever have, like you would
don't know what's good or bad because that's the first. You don't even know. It's like what to compare it to.
Yeah, it's not really a good. But what I'm saying is that like you're telling me there's no circumstance that could possibly come about where someone could do something good for someone else, help them out indefinitely, and then that they somehow fall in love with each other, and that this guy wasn't just taking advantage of someone from a fucking patriarchal, like, you know, they're coming from a place of power and this poor person's coming from like a fucked up place and all this shit. It's like, I mean, like if their relationship's like healthy and good, like is that like the worst fucking thing that could happen? I don't know. I was just a thought exercise. I was trying to you know, we have these deep intellectual talks with each other, trying to think about things that don't come up often, but maybe should be thought of in case you ever have to like fucking. It's just an exercise for your brain to think like outside of what everyone else is saying. Like, this is bullshit. Like, there's no fucking circumstance.
I've always thought that love doesn't have an age. I've always thought that, but I don't believe in like a 25-year-old messing around with like a 14 or 16-year-old girl.
Fuck no.
You know what I mean?
Fuck no.
But I definitely do believe that there is no age in which like, oh, I should fall in love with someone my age, or you know what I mean? I think it's like I could see a 70-year-old woman falling in love with a 30-year-old man. Like, I can see that shit.
Well, if she had a lot of money, I could fucking see it too.
But that's the argument. That's the argument with anything. If someone's like, there's a fucking goal at the end, right? It's for something else, right? You don't really love them. You want this, or people can make that argument all day, but sometimes love just happens, bro.
It's like
Jurassic Park,
dude.
bro. It's like Jurassic Park. Life happens, dog. Love happens.
It's like
bro.
Legally Blonde, dude.
Yeah,
you remember that movie?
Yeah, of course.
Where they're like, you killed him because you wanted his money, and she's just like, she had the alibi of like liposuction, but she didn't want to like fucking fuck her career.
Like, yeah. Tainting her image.
Dude, that movie's super underrated, dude.
It is
like,
pretty
I was
good,
like,
man.
I remember when I first time I watched it, like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. And then I watched it again, and I was like, you know what? There's
Pretty
some
good.
merit to this fucking.
There's some weight to
It's
it.
pretty goddamn good. She's just like, no one thinks I can do it because I'm blonde, or like they just think I'm stupid or some shit. But really, she like cracks the case because she knows all this shit about like fucking hair and like she's like, so you took a shower after you got a perm? She's like, yeah, dummy, that's what I said. That's why I hear the gunshot. She's like,
that's weird.
You stupid fucking.
How'd you get a perm? You're like supposed to fucking put egg.
It's so good, dude. No, it's so good, dude. That movie's fucking.
No, it's pretty good. But no, I don't think age has a number. I don't think that just because you're a certain age and someone's a certain age, that means that your alternative motive is to like, you know what I mean, get something else. It's like sometimes you just meet somebody and you fucking click, dude. You know?
Yeah, I think it's just easy to sit there and be like, oh, this person's
you know?
clearly taking advantage of them because it's a man and it's a female and he's coming from a place of fucking power and the whole system set up to where fucking women are just like shoveled into the fucking arms of like wealthy men, and like they couldn't ever be like it's always coming from some fucking place of bullshit. It's just like whatever, fucking bullshit. But I don't know. I just know why. I was thinking about this week. That's why I want to talk about it before it evaporated from my brain forever. And if something comes out and it's in the news like tomorrow, I just I want to be like, hey man, you heard it here first, boys. No, seriously, people are talking about that shit. Wow. It could happen, dude. That shit could come out of nowhere. And
that's true though.
Yeah, talk about getting canceled, dude. Pat Barry, man.
Dude.
What was he doing with fucking... What was his intentions, dude? Even though the outcome come out to be good, like, who's to say he was just a predator or some shit? Maybe, I don't know.
Some people, that's the thing that sucks. Some people are predatory.
Because most of the time, honestly, most of the time, I would condemn it without ever even hearing the story because I'm like, it's impossible. But because I saw their relationship for fucking the last 5 or 6 years, and I was always like, wow, like these guys fucking really love each other, man. Like, I can't, this is awesome. And then I found out that he's like 20 years older than I was like, wait, what? And then that they started digging out when I was like, damn, like this shit trying to trip me the fuck out now. I'm like questioning.
Who is the fucking musician, dude? I think he played like The Who or like he was a guitarist of one of those old
And he had
bands.
sex with a 15-year-old.
No, this is crazy.
That was a movie maker.
His wife stuck with him for like decades, bro. They might have been married for like 30, 40 years. And then he got like cancer or something and she left him. And he wrote her out of the fucking will, dude, because of it. Damn. Even though they shared like fucking 40 wonderful years of marriage, dude. Because he's like, on my deathbed, she left me.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was the craziest shit, dude.
That's brutal.
I was like, holy shit, man. Like, that is like, that's the ultimate, like, fuck you, dude.
That's
like,
rough.
Yeah, dude.
That's sad.
I thought it was kind of mean, dude. I get it. When someone's sick, it's hard, but, like, you know what I mean? Like she didn't want to waste her last good years, like, watching this man slowly pass away or something. I don't know what it was, but, man, I was like, that is fucked, bro.
Maybe she like bought him a ticket to like Japan, like packed him a bag with a rope in it. Like,
she's like, go see Logan Paul. He knows.
It's like, hey, there's a. Come on, dog. You know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Yeah.
Shout out to the FGC. Shout out to fucking all the homies, dude.
Yeah, I don't know why we're just going down fucking rabbit holes and shit. But no, I mean, look, man, I don't think any of these people should have been fucking banned. Not for the things that, I mean, Mr. Wizard probably
Needs to
should
stay the fuck out, dude.
should not be associated with EO because, and if he was trying to start some other thing and
it wouldn't happen.
all ages welcome, you definitely always take that shit with a grain of fucking salt, and it probably wouldn't work out good for him. But these other people, I just you gotta look at the intent, dude. You gotta look at the intent. Was fucking Filipino champ trying to fucking like really
uproar?
Yeah. Oh no, he wasn't. He racist, probably fucking not, dude.
Yeah.
He just didn't do a good job. But I think they should look at a lot of these people's cases and low tier god. Maybe that motherfucker should never get fucking let. But just because, I mean,
he's had too many chances. Dude.
Yeah, he's not a first time fucking
offender, dude.
No, well, I mean, people talk a lot of shit about F Champ and him being sketchy and all this shit. I mean, Vincent had a big argument about it when it happened. I was just like, dude, who cares if none of these things are like, just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean that they should be fucking banned for anything. You know what I mean? Like, if they don't do anything that's really bannable, like, why would you fucking ban them? Like, oh, it's a good thing. No one liked him anyways. Like, okay, I don't fucking like him. I don't like any of those people.
Yeah, I didn't like the good shit guy, but whenever I'd see him saying good shit, I always was like,
man, I don't like any of these fucking people, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that they should get banned for something like that.
To be fair, I don't even really know him, like, outside of tournaments and fucking
no, but
streams,
most of them are fucking,
I mean?
like, F Champ's a heel. He does that shit on purpose. He's a fucking troll. But
was he?
I just want to defend anyone's right to be able to say, I just want to, look, dude, I believe in fucking freedom of speech, dude. That used to be a fucking liberal principle. What the fuck happened to the world, dude? Like, speech is violence now? Like, what are you talking about?
Woke up, bro.
Yeah, fucking... Everyday use, dude.
Yeah,
read that fucking short story and tell me what's
who deserves
up,
the blanket.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That's the question you need to ask yourself.
Exactly.
Who needs that quilt? Dude?
Exactly. Dude. You wanna put it around these fucking people just trying to signal
fucking cancel
how
anyone
great
for
they
any
are.
good thing, dude. Any bad
Worship
thing
the
they
person
said.
doing the work their whole life, like, putting their life at the back burner to take care of their mother, like her own. It was a good story, man.
It sounds like a good story.
It's a good story, dude. It's worth a read if anyone wants to read something other than a fucking comic book. What do you got here? What is this?
This is another worth read. It's my comic book pick of the week. It's Robin 1, boys. This was a fucking good fucking comic, dude. It's about the Lazarus tournament and Robin kind of proving himself to his father and mother, dude. It was pretty fucking good, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I was thinking? We should like watch something and then like talk about it.
I'd be all about
at the end of the next week's episode. Like, we should like say we're gonna watch it now, have all week to watch it, and then we can talk about what we thought about it at the end of the next episode.
That sounds good.
You want to watch the one I haven't seen? I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it's like a new Captain America. It's like the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I mean, let's check it out, dude. I'm down.
Let's watch it, and then we'll like talk about what we thought about it.
Okay.
Because,
might as well do that.
I think Bucky's a cool character, and the Falcon guy's cool too.
Yeah, they're cool. That'd be cool.
And Disney comes out with some good stuff sometimes. So.
Every once in a while, they'll surprise your ass, dude.
Yeah, dude. Cancel Gina Carano. Cancel Gina Carano for being
saying her pronouns are beep bop boop. I thought that was funny. I was like, what? Like,
listen, dude. The first thing that comes to people's mind when they hear Gina Carano in the future is going to be like anti-Semite, anti-vaxxer, like transphobic, like all this shit. But, the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear Gina Carano is like equal pay for men and women in fucking fight sports. Like, the second thing that comes to mind is the first USA born Muay Thai champion of the world. Like, it wasn't a man, it was a woman, and it was Gina Carano, and she like broke the barrier of like It's like the women's soccer team. You know how
Yeah.
the women's soccer team in the U.S. is like OD, like they just fucking murk people. Like, the first USA-born champion in Muay Thai in Thailand was Gina Carano, and it was a woman, and she was a badass fighter, dude. And people she got paid $500,000 to fight on a main event.
Damn.
Of Elite XC back in like 2006 or something. It's like that shit. People think Ronda Rousey broke. Dude, she is just a freaking
novelty.
She's just a ripple in the pond that
Gina Carano
and Megumi Fujii fucking from like Shudo started. It's like breaking down all the barriers for women's mixed martial arts or fight sport in general. Look, dude, she got paid more. She has a bigger payday than Clarissa Shields, who's like the most dominant. She won the Olympics twice in boxing. Wow. She's the fucking champ. She's undefeated. She's the best boxer on the fucking planet, and she gets paid peanuts compared to what Gina Carano got paid 15 fucking years ago.
That's so
and
crazy.
To this day, like that pay, because she got paid that much for that fight, like it's been pretty much equal pay.
Set the standard, kind of.
Set the standard, dude. It broke down all the barriers for what people should be paid. And you can sit there and be like, oh, she posts like old grandma memes about like fucking Jewish people and shit. It's like, okay, like has she suffered from the like plague of like low information fucking stupid memes that are all over the internet because of like Russian trolls and shit? It's like, yes, she has. But so has your fucking grandma, and so has your fucking aunt, and so has your fucking uncle. It's like, are we just gonna like send all these people to hell? What have they done? Have they ever fucking become the champion of fucking Muay Thai champion of the world, dude? No, they haven't.
Most people will nenever be the champion of anything, dude.
Yeah, she was a champion, dude. She was, and she fought fucking steroided out Chris Cyborg, and
bro.
She had enough balls to do that shit, even though other people were like, I'm not gonna fight that.
No.
She's fucking
vicious, dude.
Yeah, she's half human, half fucking
cyborg, dude.
Horse, fucking. There's just
half human, half horse.
She's like shedding HGH. It's just like sweating off of her. She fought a fucking monster, dude. Yeah. So there you go, man.
One too.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. All right, guys. Let's put a nail in this comment, dude. It's over.